on 99.7 FM around Melbourne Park and around the world on the official Australian Open app and OzOpen.com. This is AO Radio.
The scene is set for an epic Australian Open women's final for 2026. Arena Sabalenka looking to extend her winning run at Melbourne Park. She takes on Elena Rybakina, a player who has a Grand Slam tournament experience in terms of winning trophies. She's a finalist here as well. These two played a couple of years ago. They are building a nice rivalry between each other, and there is plenty to like about both players. As we can hear what's going on backstage, the music, the sense of anticipation. 14 times these two have met. The head-to-head is 8-6 in favour of Arena Sabalenka. But we know Rybakina can trouble the very, very best in the world and knows how to win major titles. It is a genuine 50-50 contest tonight. It is a packed Rod Laver Arena. The roof is closed for the moment and may stay that way because it is quite overcast and we've had some rain this afternoon. But wherever you're listening to us around the world, enjoy the women's singles final on AO Radio tonight. On 99.7 FM around Melbourne Park, the Australian Open official app and OzOpen.com, Sirius XM courtesy of ESPN in the US. We've got iHeartRadio, Vision Australia Radio across Australia, TuneIn Radio around the world and SEN in Melbourne. And, of course, tonight you can keep in touch with us as well, aoradio@tennis.com.au or the Ask the Booth form on ozopen.com/listen. And the sense of anticipation is building around Melbourne Park right now, and we are looking forward to bringing you this final tonight. I'm Peter Mercado alongside Jill Cravis. As Jill, you'll be all the way through. Steve Pearce will come in for sets 2 and 3 if needed. I have a feeling we might need set 3 tonight.
I do too. I agree. I think I would love for it to go to 3 sets. I think, obviously, I think everyone can agree that it's probably going to be very quick points, not many long rallies. Both of these women play very similar styles, big serve and big off the ground, looking for that first strike on the ball. I do think Sabalenka brings a little bit more variety overall to her game, but if there's anyone that has the power to be able to challenge Sabalenka's power of her own, it's Rybakina. And obviously their head-to-head is in just a slight favor in Sabalenka's way, which is 8-6, but every single time that Rybakina has beat Sabalenka, it has been on the hard court surface. Because we talk so much about Sabalenka's dominance on the hard courts. Obviously, her 4 slams, 2 at the Australian Open, 2 at the US Open. So we know how dangerous she is on this surface. But so is Rybakina. She's been able to get those 6 wins that she has against Sabalenka on the hard courts.
Well, you look at last year, just in isolation, 2 wins for Sabalenka, 2 wins for Rybakina.
Yeah.
We go to recent history, WTA finals, Rybakina getting the win there in the final in straight sets. Been a while since we've had players back up from playing that WTA final to playing the final of the Australian Open. So all sorts of records and interesting sort of facts and figures that you can draw out of this. You look at their runs, similar sort of runs through the tournament. They've had a similar amount of time on court. This is why it's so hard to split them. It's actually the really ideal matchup for a final.
It really is. And you mentioned that WTA finals. I was privileged enough to be there in Riyadh to witness that whole run that Rybakina had, and she played unbelievable. Obviously, a little bit different environment. It was indoors. There's a little bit of altitude in Riyadh, so you have to factor that in. But they both would have benefited from that situation, from that environment. So this is going to be similar. I think they both thrive here. They love the quick courts. Everyone's been saying these courts have been playing a little bit faster. I think that's why they've been able to get this run to the final. But these are the two that have had the cleanest performances, I think, leading up to the final.
So we're hearing the music in the background because Arena Sabalenka is stepping up at backstage. She is waiting for the doors to open. And then she'll make the walk through, as she's done so many times before. Last year, falling to Madison Keys. What a dramatic match that was. The frustration afterwards. I wonder if that's going to play on her mind at all. Elena Rybakina just checks her visor. The players walk down the tunnel. You can hear the music in the background. And shots of the Daphne Akhurst Memorial Trophy. And they walk down, and the screens beside them showing images of them playing throughout the tournament. and now into the Walk of Champions. So many great names. Navratilova, Graf, Salas, Lindsay Davenport, Kim Kleisters, Lee Na, Victoria Azarenka, Sophia Kennan and Ash Barty among those that the players are walking past, including Arena Sabalenka. She steps up and her opponent has to walk a little bit further. They will walk onto court together. The anticipation building. Rod Laver Arena is full now. The spectators have come in, a record attendance. We're going to break that attendance record, and we'll hear more about that tonight or tomorrow night. So they're waiting in the tunnel. Well, let's get the players out for the singles final.
Please welcome to Rod Laver Arena from Kazakhstan, Elena Rybakina. And her opponent, Arena Sabalenka.
Well, she has said, I want you Aussies to cheer for me. All the way through Brisbane, which she defended her title a couple of weeks ago. Right through here at Melbourne Park and building a nice fan base as well. As the two players walk out onto court, and I think it was Sabalenka who had the bigger crowd support.
I think so. That's what I heard as well. I mean, it's completely packed in this stadium, not a seat open in the house, and people still trying to just funnel into the stadium. It is, already some buzz around here. This is going to be exciting. I think these fans are going to provide an amazing atmosphere for these ladies.
Well,
Sabalenka already ready to go out.
She's in a hurry.
On the court. She is in a hurry. Rybakina still trying to organize herself. Here she comes.
So now comes Rybakina. Our umpire from Benalla in Victoria is Tom Sweeney.
We have Grace to help us today. Easy for me, blue from the towel, white for the towel. Any questions? No, all good. Grace, who would you like to ask? Asking that side, and what's the question? AO is the call. And it's AO. Serving.
Sabalenka has won the toss and will serve. And that young hotshotter has been practicing that coin toss because that was textbook.
It was. It was
absolutely textbook. That's what you want for your final. Well, that coin spinning, it's fantastic. And they had the trophy right in beside them as that was happening as well. The teams will go to their corner. There's been a lot said. There's been a lot written. There's been a lot talked about in terms of these two and how they match up. You want to give us your sense of who's going to win tonight?
Oh, who's going to win? Well, I think we realize that one is very, very up in the air. I think I'm going to give the slight edge to Rybakina. I bet that's very hesitant. I'm saying that. I just feel like she had such a great end of the year last year, and she played so well in that WTA finals. And I feel like her form has just been outstanding. Obviously on a big winning streak right now, having won the titles. I know she lost in Brisbane, but still playing some excellent tennis. And I think what Sabalenka brings, what I mentioned earlier, is she does have more variety than Rybakina for sure. She can drop shot, she can slice, she can throw in some angles, especially on the forehand where she can really use the spin off the court. But it's tough to be able to use all those tools with the type of ball Rybakina brings. And so if Rybakina can bring that pace, that depth that she's so good at, she's such a clean ball striker. She wants to take all that variety away from Sabalenka in this matchup.
They met the Australian Open in the final a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, 4-6, 6-3, 6-4, 2 hours and 28 minutes for Arena Sabalenka.
Yeah, I think it's going to be just as tight.
Yep, yeah. I think that's the genuine, that's the wisdom from around here at Melbourne Park. But we are not a duo tonight, we are a trio. And as tradition dictates, Kate Kearns, well, I think it's a law that we have here on AO Radio.
We have to have Kate.
You must include Kate Kearns,
absolutely,
the finals broadcast.
Absolutely written in the contract.
It is, and we are so happy to have you again,
Jill,
Kate.
Hey, Pete. Very excited for tonight's match.
How do you think it's going to play out?
Oh, I'm leaning now towards Rybakina. I've changed my mind since 11 o'clock this morning when I said Sabalenka. But no, I actually think Rybakina can. I think it's going to be 3 sets, but I think she can get through. I don't think she's phased at all by facing Sabalenka. She knows how to absorb the power. She's got that massive serve. It is, she can really dominate if she can get a big first serve percentage. And I think it just makes it really hard for Arena. So, look, it's, toss the coin. But I've just got that sense that she's up for the fight this evening.
I've changed my mind 50 times since we knew what the final was.
Now, most importantly, Kate, we've got people's emails coming through.
We certainly do.
How can they get in touch with us this evening?
Well, go to the Ask the Booth form, fill it in at ausopen.com or emails aoradio@tennis.com.au. I need names. I need where you're listening to us from. I want temperatures. I want to know all the details of your life, and then I'll decide whether or not I can read that out on radio.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that's sensible practice there, but if you don't give your name, Kate's going to make up one for you. So you do not want that.
You do not. No, that's just something you need to avoid it. I've been pretty good this year, Pete. I've not been too ruthless in that regard. But
people have been learning. You've been trained them well.
It may change tonight.
Okay. Well, keep an eye on them. We'll cross back to you in the sit-downs as we work our way through this match. There is not a spare seat to be had. Everyone's gotten in.
It's packed. It's completely packed.
Absolutely packed here. So, final word?
I said mine already.
Yeah, but this
what's your final word?
My final word is
who?
I said Sabalenka at the start. We've got it recorded, so I'm going to say it again.
Okay. Are we doing like scores and stuff like this?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, I don't want to do that anyway.
No, just didn't think you would. That's too hard. It is. We're just going to sit back and enjoy it. Well, obviously talk at the same time, but wherever you're listening around the world, here on AO Radio tonight, it is the women's singles semi-final, women's singles final. That was last Thursday night. Oh dear. 49 seconds for them to get this one underway. Tomorrow night, it will be the men's singles final. It will be Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic. History to be made there. History to be made tonight. The players can both see the trophy that they're playing for. It's to the side of the court. Rybakina gets up from her chair. There's a quick word with the umpires, just asking for something. And we'll run over and put her towel in the box. She was just confirming what towel box she was having. And Arena Sabalenka is at the line, ready to go. On AO Radio, this is the women's singles final for 2026. And Sabalenka winning the toss, electing to serve from our commentary end. And the final is underway. The serve out wide, stretch forehand from Rybakina. It's a half-court ball. Forehand up the line from Sabalenka is a winner. And it's 15-love.
And I think the very first serve that Sabalenka hit was that slice out wide. And I think that's going to be a big play for her because it opens up the court. She's going to want to try and get Rybakina on the move right away on that first ball. I like that start from Arena.
The serve down the tee is an ace. And it is 30-love.
And I think also going to the forehand quite a bit. I mean, we saw in Rybakina's semi-final match when Pegula started able to pressure Rybakina a little bit more. She did target that forehand side.
As in this opening game, Sabalenka will serve out wide. Rybakina with the cross-court forehand. That's a clean winner.
That was fast.
Cross-court. That shot through the court. And Sabalenka can't believe it. It's 30-15.
I know. She just smirked and looked at her team and just gave a little smile. She's even, I think, appreciating how fast that ball came back at her off the serve. Barely had time to react.
No time to react at all. As we wait for the serve to come in. Down the tee, big off forehand from Rybakina. Up the middle of the court goes Sabalenka. Rybakina with the cross forehand is deep. Dug out again by Sabalenka, but this ball's going wide. And she just sort of glares up for a moment because that's a heavy ball that Rybakina is bringing to the table. It's 30-all.
And great target, too. Just got that ball nice and deep. And she disguises it well when she runs around to take that forehand. She can take it anywhere. That time whipping it more inside in.
So now we wait. And the serve coming in. Out wide, guessing there was Rybakina. Another clean winner. Forehand up the line. She was leaning that way. She read it. It's break point early here for Rybakina.
She was leaning that way significantly, actually. As soon as Sabalenka went up for that toss, she moved over very early to take that serve away from Sabalenka.
As we wait now, the serve from Sabalenka. Out wide, backhand. Oh, almost hit the umpire's chair from Rybakina. Tom Sweeney had to lift his legs. And we're at juice.
That was a good change-up from Sabalenka, going flat, hard, out wide. Obviously, Rybakina knows her service pattern, so it's going to be important for Sabalenka to mix it up.
As the serve from Sabalenka onto the backhand of Rybakina up the middle of the court, dug out by Sabalenka. Cross-court forehand from Rybakina. Big cross-court forehand missing from Sabalenka. And we have another break point for Rybakina in the opening game.
I know I say this all the time, but I love this view that we have.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
It just gives you a sense that, like, how hard the ball is being struck. And right now, Rybakina, I think, has a little bit more than Sabalenka, which is crazy to say, because Sabalenka, as we know, hits with a ton.
As Sabalenka under pressure early. Serve out wide, misses. Second serve. Break point number 2. And the second serve. Onto the backhand, rip cross court by Rybakina. Point in the middle of the court from Sabalenka. Forehand to forehand, they go big point. She's gone wide again, Sabalenka. We have a break of serve in the opening game for Elena Rybakina. That was a little bit surprising, but once she was able to free her arms, we got a good sense of the way that Rybakina is going to approach this match.
Absolutely. I mean, that she was free swinging there, and it was interesting that Sabalenka already felt the need to change direction on that forehand. During the ground strokes rally, she likes to stay cross court a lot on the forehand, likes to get into that pattern, and she prefers to change direction when she's a little bit more balanced, but she felt under pressure the need to try and change it up right away.
54% the win predictor, leaning the way of Arena Sabalenka. So 46% for Rybakina, of course.
Elena Rybakina.
So these numbers check out. So Elena Rybakina from our broadcast end, the northern ends of Rod Laver Arena. With the break already. The serve down the tee is an ace.
I would not be surprised if Rybakina went out and hit a ton of serves after that semifinal match against Pegula. She ended up coming up huge in the tiebreak, got a couple aces in that tiebreak to be able to push through and win in straight sets. But overall, her first serve percentage has dipped a little bit in the quarterfinals and the semifinals.
First serve misses here from Rybakina. Second serve. And the serve onto the backhand. Rip cross court from Sabalenka. Up the line from Rybakina. Cross court point. Sabalenka goes long in the juice court. It's 30 love.
30.
Sabalenka already lifting her arms, looking at her team. Frustrated, a little flustered that she sprayed that one long.
Margin is 7-3. The point spread right now. Looking to win her 10th match in a row versus a top 10 opponent. Sabalenka, Świątek and Pegula, some of the victims for Elena Rybakina. First serve goes into the net. Second serve. And this serve onto the forehand of Sabalenka at the middle of the court. Backhand to off backhand. That's long again from Sabalenka. Just notice there, Jill. Rybakina very cool and calm. It just seems like she just, in this instance, had so much time on the ball.
Well, it's interesting because normally when Sabalenka takes that huge swipe on the return, the opponent's on their back foot, like expecting that big ball. But you're right, Rybakina just actually stepped into it and looked like she had all the time in the world.
The serve goes into the net from Rybakina. Second serve. And the serve. Backhand cross court. That's wide again from Sabalenka. So Rybakina off to a flyer. It's 2-love in the opening set here at the women's singles final on AO Radio.
By
Yeah, I think the way that Rybakina came out with those huge strikes on the ball in the first game, I mean, nothing that we didn't expect at all, but somehow it's rattled Sabalenka already a little bit because she sprayed a couple balls that you wouldn't necessarily expect in that game.
It is interesting because it's not as if there's any surprises out there.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Tactically, as the serve from Sabalenka from the far end onto the backhand of Rybakina. Cross-court backhand from Sabalenka. That's a winner.
Yeah.
That would have felt good. It's 15-love.
Smart choice on the serve, going hard into the body of Rybakina. So it's the first return she actually got a look at because Rybakina had to get out of the way, and she kind of lofted it more up in the air.
As the serve coming in from Sabalenka out wide, missing. I'll let everyone watching on our YouTube live stream as well. You have been throughout the tournament. We'll be back tomorrow as well. Second serve. Big point. Hammered up the line from Rybakina. 131 in the middle of the box saying, hit me. It's 15 all.
And she did.
She absolutely did.
But that's when you have the game of Rybakina, that's what you have to do. Any second serve that's just going to sit in the middle of the box, she's got to take advantage of it. That was a 126 kilometer an hour return from Rybakina.
The serve here, and it goes long. Second serve. And the serve. Out the middle of the court from Rybakina. Cross-court fine, nice from Sabalenka going back in behind. Didn't have to overplay that one. It's 30-15.
She did well to stay up on the baseline after that second serve, not hitting and jumping backwards, and got her legs nice and low to be able to handle the pace of the return.
So Sabalenka prepares. And the serve out wide. It's missing. 8 minutes on the Rolex clock. And it's 30-15. Sabalenka looking to get on the board early in this final. Second serve. Inside the baseline, playing the ball up the line is Rybakina with her backhand. She just pushed it wide. It's 40-15.
That's interesting. You don't necessarily see Rybakina try and redirect right away off the return down the line, but obviously a tactic that she's trying to use off the second serve.
So now, game points for Sabalenka. Serve down the tee, misses. Full house. A sellout here for women's singles final night. The second serve, forehand up the middle of the court from Rybakina. Off forehand from Sabalenka. Cross-court backhand from Rybakina. Matched by Sabalenka deeper. She'll continue in that direction, but take the net and go wide is Sabalenka. And it's 40-30.
A little bit more height on those back-to-back backhands from Rybakina and Sabalenka. A little bit of bad luck because that was a good strike on the ball, and the let court just making the ball drift wide.
So game points. The crowd hushed. As we wait now at 40-30 for Sabalenka to deliver this ball down the tee and ace. That will feel better. Settle any sort of nerves that might be lingering for Arena Sabalenka. Rybakina, the early break. It is 2-1 in set number 1. AO Radio, live around the world. We welcome your messages from all over the world, and Kate Kearns will bring them to you.
I certainly will. I've got one here from Tanya, who's listening from beautiful Edinburgh. It's 5 degrees with green grass and grey skies, and the coffee is in hand. Thank you for the fun conversations, the exciting play, action, each match that she's been listening. She doesn't want the slam to end, but looking forward to these finals. Cheering for good tennis and hopeful that Sabalenka can raise the trophy again this evening. Thanks, Tanya. Tiffany's listening to us from Nimbin. It's 26 degrees Celsius. That sounds like very pleasant weather, quite frankly. And just a go Arena and go Novak.
Okay. Predictions for tomorrow as well. We'll take them.
Yes, we will. Safe's listening to us from the Netherlands, Tilburg, where it's cold and breezy. Loved the Riba final 3 years ago, and very much looking forward to tonight's match with a mug of matcha in hand. Hoping that Saba wins, but not concerned if Rybakina does, because that would pain him the least. Thanks for the wonderful commentary.
Oh, thank you, Kate, for the wonderful messages coming through. as Elena Rybakina, the far end from our commentary position, serving at 2-1 in the final first sets. First serve goes wide. Second serve. And she will get ready now and just wait until the ball kick gets back into position. The second serve. This takes the nets and flies well long. And Sabalenka had read where that serve was going.
But already her stance on the return looks a little bit more ready and alert from Sabalenka. Being a little bit lower with the legs right out of the gates.
As we wait now for serve out wide missing from Rybakina. Second serve. On the backhand. Something really cool from Sabalenka. Back up the line from Rybakina. Yep, it's too heavy for Sabalenka. Squash shot forehand rolls to the nets. And it is 15-all.
That's what Rybakina can do if you don't quite hit your spot on the return, no matter how hard you hit that return. If you don't get it away from her enough, she changes direction so well. That was right in the corner.
The serve here from Rybakina. Cross-court forehand from Sabalenka up the line from Rybakina. High ball from Sabalenka getting back into play. And that's missed from Sabalenka just beyond the baseline. It's 30-15.
That was good control off of that forehand from Rybakina. Again, just able to change direction down the line with a little bit more height. She did a good job of being able to control it, so she caught the corner.
As we wait now for the serve. Out wide, blocked back by Sabalenka. Back the other corner from Rybakina. Sabalenka was there. The cross forehand into the net, though. And it's 40-15. And the hustle from Rybakina. Getting the job done again.
On top of the ball so fast. And a little frustration from Sabalenka because she felt like she was there. I just didn't like the way she hit the ball. Couldn't quite get the lift that she needed to get it over the net.
As we wait now for the serve. Down the tee, misses. Second serve. Sits up. Cross-court forehand from Sabalenka. Forehand to forehand they go. That's pulled long from Sabalenka. She just waves that one away. And it's 3-1 now in the opening sets.
3-1.
It's amazing. It was already in the first game that we saw some mannerisms from Sabalenka. I mean, I think maybe realizing that she was getting behind quite early in the rally because of the pace of Rybakina, and we're still seeing it in that game. She has to find a way to compose herself already.
So now Sabalenka serving from our commentary position, and the serve goes into the nets. Second serve, and the serve onto the backhand of Rybakina. Forehand up the line from Sabalenka. The ball in return going big from Rybakina. 15-love.
And nice from Sabalenka. That return was the first short reply we've seen from Rybakina. Sabalenka did well to move up to the ball.
So now the serve coming in. And the serve from Sabalenka goes long. 15 minutes up on the Rolex clock. Serving at 1-3 opening set of the women's singles final. The Australian Open 2026. The serve onto the backhand cross court by Rybakina. Doing well to get it back is Sabalenka, and Rybakina looks to go up the line, but she's missed. Not by much,
no.
But didn't have to really go that close to the line. It's 30-love.
I mean, that in a way, even though she missed, does put pressure on Sabalenka. You can actually see it in Sabalenka's face. That just a sense of relief that Rybakina missed that down the line.
As the serve comes in, down the tee, picked up by Rybakina. Point up the line from Sabalenka. Sliced up that line into the net from Rybakina. It's 40-love. Even though Rybakina has the break, feel that Sabalenka is settling to the task now.
She's starting to, yeah, you can feel it. She's starting to get into position a little bit better.
As we wait now for the serve. And the serve down the tee is an ace. So Sabalenka holds, but is still down a break. It's Rybakina 3-2 here in the final.
Rybakina leads
here on AO Radio, live around the world. Kate Kearns with the messages.
Well, Arvin's listening to us from Philadelphia, where it's minus 14 degrees at... Oh, God, that's cold.
Yep.
Says, I've heard about your sync to TV option here,
Yes.
Pete, just as well you're there. But after trying every single day for the past 3 days and failing, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Saying that clicking the delay button doesn't seem to help at all. And there's just a little sad face, a little sad emoji.
I'm terribly sorry about that. I know some of the technical knowledge, but I don't know all of it.
I don't know any of it.
We'll get our boffins working on it, so
Yeah.
hopefully we can have it ready for the men's singles final tomorrow. It's about the best I can offer, Kate.
Well, Arvin's also hoping that Rybakina wins, but he's very nervous. He said he's still traumatised by the 6-1 first set that she won against Iga at the French Open last year. Hasn't quite recovered.
Okay.
He's a nervous Nelly.
time.
Absolutely.
And one from Gordon. Now, Gordon's listening to us from Portland, Oregon, where it's 9 degrees and it's cloudy after midnight. Oh, yes, got to stay up late, that side of the world. But this is a bit of an odd one, but many women play a match all out and continue in a manner where they are consistently in and out of injury. Does the fault, dear Kate, Peter and Jill, lie in method or the stars? Well, it's a very interesting question, Gordon.
Can you summarise that for me?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, no,
More
I've been looking at it for the last 5 minutes. I can't work it out. I was hoping you guys could help me.
Right, well,
Perhaps Gordon can get back in contact with us and let us know what he's really thinking.
be slightly more specific here. It's Rybakina, second serve at 3-2, opening set, the serve. And full stretch, slice forehand into the net by Sabalenka.
15.
It's 15 love.
It's a great angle on the serve, but I'm still curious. I mean, Sabalenka's been looking at her team a lot already in this first set. Every time she makes a mistake, and you don't necessarily see that all the time. So I just would like to see her settle a little bit.
The serve down the tee, blocked back here by Sabalenka. Cross-court backhand from Rybakina. Backhand to backhand they go. Looping ball from Rybakina. Off forehand from Sabalenka. Cross-court backhand again. Backhand they continue. Now up the line from Rybakina. Cross-court forehand from Sabalenka. Rybakina, good angle. Blocked again by Sabalenka. Short ball. Cross-court backhand coming in. Rybakina hits the winner. Cross-court backhand. Effortless. It's 30 love.
That is such good balance moving forward through that ball from Rybakina. And as soon as she gets in that position, she is so good, especially on that backhand side of just striking through the ball. It stays so low over the net, shoots through the court. It's great hands on that backhand.
Picked her moment and made the most of it. 30 love. Rybakina serves down the tee, backhand up the middle of the court from Sabalenka. Cross-court backhand, Rybakina right, hitting the sideline. It's a lob from Sabalenka that goes cross-court. Rybakina hits another angled backhand winner.
Wow.
My goodness, the clean hitting from Elena Rybakina. It's 40 love.
This is a very strong start from Rybakina. But look at the capability she has because she's got such good hands with that wrist through the backhand side in particular that she can use that wrist action to get more of an angle.
There's the serve coming in, Rybakina. Out wide, missing. Second serve. And we'll deliver this ball to the Sabalenka backhand. That's ripped cross court. Back that way from Rybakina up the line. Sabalenka clean winner. Woo, the clean hitting from these players, it's great.
Amazing.
It's 40-15.
Yeah. I almost feel like Sabalenka needs to do that first down the line. She's a little bit better at redirecting, I would say, on the backhand side when she has the line open. The forehand doesn't quite get more line, but the backhand, she's very good at leaning into it and finding that part of the court.
So now Rybakina serves out wide. Cross-court point from Sabalenka. Back that way from Rybakina. Stretching again is Sabalenka. It's a deeper ball. Rybakina back in that direction. Cross-court with the forehand. And now back a fourth time. And this time she's missed.
That's a good
Ball
get.
stayed lower. It's 40-30.
Those were great gets from Sabalenka, and she went to that forehand slice because she was stretched so far out wide. But again, it was low, like you said, Peter. And just Rybakina's coach, Stefan, motioning that she should have taken that one down the line. She loves getting a lot of info from her coaching team.
Yep, leans on them a lot. As the serve here from Rybakina. The serve goes into the nets. Second serve. We Wait now for the serve to come in. That's out wide. It's a slice across court from Sabalenka. Just full stretch. The ball drifts wide. 4-2. Rybakina is on and ready for this contest. Opening set of the women's singles final.
I love that serve right there, that second serve. She took pace off, but still went for that kick, but purposely went for the shorter part of the court and caught Sabalenka far enough back where it just kicked away from her.
As the serve now from Sabalenka. Out wide, full stretch is Rybakina with the forehand, and that's a 1-2 play from Sabalenka. Cross-court backhand winner. It's 15-love.
15-love.
That time, Rybakina not covering that out wide serve, and Sabalenka finding enough to get that first strike on the ball.
As the serve from Sabalenka. Forehand picked up by Rybakina. It goes long, and it's 30-love.
30-love.
Rybakina jumping to that return, trying to take that first serve early to rush Sabalenka. It's too good of a serve.
Sabalenka readies. Serve down the tee. Goes long. Second serve. And the serve on the forehand. And into the net goes Sabalenka. It's a heavy ball from Rybakina. It's 30-15, and that's the pressure on the second serve. Percentage is good for Sabalenka, though. 62% first serves into play. Putting 69 on the first ball, half on the second. Rybakina, by the way, first serves into play 40%, Jill. As you noted, the importance of that first serve for Rybakina. The serve here, Sabalenka, goes out wide.
And the amazing thing is she's still up a break.
Yeah.
So has been able to hold serve even with a lower first serve percentage.
Hasn't faced a break point. Second serve, Sabalenka onto the backhand of Rybakina, cross court, back that way from Sabalenka, blocked by Rybakina into the nets. Looked to drop that ball in short, is all she could do. 40-15.
Nice there going behind Sabalenka. I think she understands that when she has time, that is a good play to try and back foot Rybakina. It's a lot when you're that tall to have to change direction when your movement is going a certain way.
So the serve now. Down the tee's an ace. And for Sabalenka, that is ace number 4. And keep you in touch with Elena Rybakina. One break in it. It's 4-3 opening set here on AO Radio, live around the world. Kate, what have you got for us?
Well, Gordon's back in contact.
Okay, we got clarification.
He was wondering about Raducanu and Fernandez in terms of obviously coming onto the scene, making the US Open final, and then struggling with injury since.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Does that make sense?
A little bit. I
It
don't know if
does.
Fernandez has been injured that much, but
No.
Raducanu has dealt on and off quite a bit since then, yes, where she's had to take some time off. I think she got wrist surgery as well since then.
She has.
And it's so tough to be able to come back from an injury because the amount of mental strength it takes to trust your body again is not the easiest thing to do. And you know, I think your training block gets disrupted, that you can't give it full 100% capacity when you're trying to train to come back for tournaments. So it's tough. And it's, you know, for both of them, it's a lot of expectation on their shoulders. I actually think Fernandez has had some decent results since then, but you know, our attention goes so much to the Grand Slams that we forget. I think that Fernandez has had a couple titles since then, so she's been in pretty good form. Actually won her biggest title, I think, last year at the 500 event in DC, so that's a big title. So, you know, it takes time. We can't just focus always on the slams, even though that's where you want.
And they're still very young.
Where you want to peak, and they're still very young. They have plenty of time. Absolutely. Good. Yes, that's correct. Kate?
Thanks, Gordon.
Serve down the tee, blocked back here by Sabalenka at the middle of the court. Off forehand, another clean winner from Rybakina. It's 4-3, 15-love here in this opening set. The winner count, 7 for Rybakina, 6 unforced errors. 9 winners for Sabalenka, 6 unforced errors. It's a clean match. The serve. Rybakina onto the backhand of Sabalenka. Middle of the court with forehands now, both players. Now onto the Sabalenka backhand goes Rybakina. She's in the ad court, plays another angled ball. This takes the top of the net, falls back on her side. It's 15 all.
Well, that was had a good strike on the ball there. She got unlucky that it just clipped the net because Sabalenka was being pushed back, and those two balls she fought off, she really just lifted there for Rybakina to take control.
Serve there for Rybakina, serving from the far end from our commentary position. The serve down the tee is wide. Second serve. Sabalenka stepping inside the court for this second ball and delivers onto the forehand. Forehand at the middle of the court from Rybakina. They trade forehands in the juice court. Heavy ball, clean winner from Sabalenka. We had a good view of that one, Jill. It's 15-30.
Well, that was just way better depth from Sabalenka off the return. And I love the fact that she stepped in a couple feet inside the baseline, and Rybakina tried to go into the body because she saw it, but Sabalenka was quick enough to get out of the way and also create great depth in that rally.
So now everyone settles again. They're enthralled by this contest. Rybakina to deliver this ball at 15-30. The serve goes long. Second serve. And the serve onto the backhand of Sabalenka. Cross-court backhands from both players in the ad court. And up the line goes Rybakina. She's just missed. Just off target. And it's break-back points here for Sabalenka at 15-40.
That was the exact same one she missed before. I mean, again, only missed it by an inch, I think. But still a great strike on the ball. I don't think she should stop going for that shot. I mean, it's really about just bringing in the margin ever so slightly.
28 minutes on the Rolex clock. The serve for Rybakina out wide, an ace. Her second for the match. It's 30-40. 174 Ks out wide. As again, Rybakina prepares. And the serve out wide is unreturnable. Wow. Sabalenka was on her racket, but she just couldn't do anything with it. We're a juice.
I think she overran it, actually. I think she actually ran into the ball. She anticipated almost too well. She got pretty close to it and mishit it. I mean, just seeing the replay, you could see her arms were just scrunched inside, just got caught in the body.
So we're at juice. The break points come and go for Sabalenka. And the serve from Rybakina. Out wide, block back Sabalenka into the nets, and, well, she just bangs the racket into the court. She's trying to hold that emotion.
Rybakina.
She's trying to chip that one back again. While shooting through the court, just you feel like you don't really have time to come over the ball with a topspin swing, and she's just trying to chip that ball back in play.
Serve coming in from Rybakina into the nets. Second serve. And this one onto the backhand. Rip cross caught by Sabalenka. Backhand to backhand. They go into the net. Goes Sabalenka. Rybakina saves a couple of break points. It goes to 5-3 in the opening sets.
I think it's the backhand when Rybakina really sees that ball cleanly and gets good balance. I mean, there's been a couple times that you feel like Sabalenka feels rushed with the pace of the Rybakina backhand specifically.
We look at the forced errors. So being under pressure, 11 for Sabalenka, 3 for Rybakina. So Sabalenka now is serving to stay in this opening set. Half an hour up on the Rolex clock. And the serve from Sabalenka from our commentary end onto the forehand of Rybakina. Short ball, and the off forehand winner's good from Sabalenka. It's 15-love.
Yeah, easy there for Sabalenka. Again, still going for that out wide serve a lot on that deuce court. We saw in the first game, Rybakina knew it. She was all over that serve, but with the mix-up from Sabalenka, now her court position isn't so far over.
Sabalenka serves onto the backhand of Rybakina. That backhand is up the line, but it's wide.
Be nice for Sabalenka's case, just get a pretty easy service game after having a couple break points to put that pressure back on Rybakina.
As the serve here, onto the forehand of Rybakina. Cross-court backhands from both players in the ad court. Heavy topspin from Sabalenka, gets a short reply, now goes into the open juice court for a winner. It's 40 love.
Now looking very calm. Sabalenka just took a deep breath after that point. Looking a little bit more composed.
So now the serve comes in. Onto the backhand of Rybakina. That lands on the baseline. Dug out by Sabalenka miraculously. Drop shot for Rybakina. Sabalenka can't get there. Wow, what a combo that was from Rybakina. It's 40-15.
I love when you have these power hitters and all of a sudden they're able to throw in the touch to show us that they're capable of having that nice soft feel on the ball too moving forward. Great disguise from Rybakina.
Now, game points for Sabalenka to bring it back to 5-4. And the serve. Down the tee. Picked up here. Rybakina goes long.
Sabalenka.
So Sabalenka holds, but it will be Rybakina serving for this opening set. 5 games to 4. Here on AO Radio, live around the world. Kate Kearns has more messages.
George is listening to us from the UK, currently in the car with the family and eagerly listening to the Sabalenka versus Rybakina women's singles final match during their car journey. It's currently 7 degrees, blue skies, and 9 a.m. in the morning. We're loving the commentary. Very impressed at how fast you're speaking through points. It is indeed a skill.
It is a skill, absolutely.
I don't know how Pete does it. I don't know how any player.
I don't know how I was doing it at 2 in the morning this morning. Goodness.
And Laurie's listening to us from Vancouver and says, loving the AO Radio. Was lucky to be in Melbourne for the first 5 days, but back home now. And respect for both players, but feeling like Rybakina is going to get the win. The AO fans are amazing.
They
Exclamation mark.
They absolutely are.
Yes, well, they were pretty important last night, I think.
Yes, very important. I agree.
They carried us to the line. I'm talking about just Jill and I in the commentary box.
They were so important in so many ways.
Yes, the most helpful. We'll get back to you in a sec, Kate, because
Thanks, guys.
Elena Rybakina is serving for the opening sets. The crowd, just the murmurings. And as now, Rybakina sets up. Was under a bit of pressure in her previous service game. And the serve. Out wide, misses. Second serve. And Rybakina delivers this ball. Big off backhand. Up the line. Sabalenka clean winner. 140. It did sit up. It was above shoulder height, but she dragged it down nicely, Sabalenka. Love 15.
Well, it was above shoulder height, but she didn't rush it. She waited for the ball actually a little bit to come to her, so she struck it in a very strong position.
So now we wait for the serve for Rybakina. Block back here from Sabalenka. Floating ball long. On the return, it's 15 all.
You mentioned those couple break points in the previous game. I mean, no panic whatsoever from Rybakina. Took her time and hit some good serves to get out of trouble in her last service game.
As the serve comes in, Rybakina takes the net and falls wide. So second serve, 15 all, 5-4, opening set of the final. Rybakina serve onto the backhand of Sabalenka up the middle of the court. Backhand to forehand now from Sabalenka. With some angle up the line from Rybakina with her forehand, and she's gone wide again. Sabalenka with a cross backhand. It's 30-15.
Well, interesting. I actually thought Rybakina was in trouble because I feel like that's not the shot you want to give Sabalenka. Open up that backhand cross court, but she just missed it wide.
So Rybakina. There's the serve. Out wide, blocked back by Sabalenka up the middle of the court. Cross-court point from Rybakina. No, just a little bit wide. Again, not by much. The close call comes up on the screen, and, well, it won't be a zoomer.
30 all.
But you get the idea. It was a close call nevertheless. 30 all.
Just pulled up a little bit on the forehand. Rybakina.
Jill Cravis will be joining us on the evening serve tomorrow as well.
I'm excited, yeah.
Double duty with Nat and the team. As the serve here. Onto the forehand from Sabalenka. Takes the net, falls back on her side. It kind of sums up the set for Arena Sabalenka. It's set point for Rybakina at 40-30.
Well, lucky there from Rybakina. That could easily, with the pace of Sabalenka's return, gone in her favor.
Set points for Elena Rybakina. And the serve. Out wide, misses. Second serve. Getting back into it quickly. And the second serve. Backhand cross court from Sabalenka. Backhand to backhand to go. Now Sabalenka switches to a forehand cross court. Match by Rybakina. Dug out by Sabalenka. Floaty more near the baseline. Out. What a set of tennis that was for Elena Rybakina. Is she heading to getting that trophy? We shall see. 6 games to 4. 37 minutes on the clock. And let me just check if there's a Steve Pearce on the other side of this door.
I bet there is.
Oh, he's going to break it. There he is. Right, Kate,
He's
Jill,
so pro.
I'm going to leave you with it. And Steve's going to take you through the remainder of this one. Have fun.
Thanks,
Kate, to
Pete.
you.
Thanks, Pete.
Yep, I've got a few emails coming through, which is fantastic. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do that via the Ask the Booth form on ausopen.com or email us on aoradio@tennis.com.au. And Roger is listening to us from Heidelberg in Germany. Says, listening to AO Radio on our way to Austria. How exciting. Excited for the Sabalenka-Rybakina matchup. Rybakina winning this AO will be good for the tour in 2026. Thanks, guys, for the amazing commentary. Thank you, Roger, for getting in touch.
I agree with that, actually. I think it would be good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised, Jules, that she actually hasn't won more majors.
Yeah, I do think she will.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so young, which is good, and I do think she will win some more. I know, last year? No, the year before, she had a little bit of a break after the U.S. Open, just needed some time away, and I think that was healthy for her, just to do stuff outside of tennis, and then I feel like that really had a play on how well she did last year, and then of course winning the WTA finals. But I think with the way she plays, I feel like her game definitely deserves multiple slams.
That's just that big serve just sets her up, doesn't it? So many easy points she can get off that. When it comes to finals, this email is from who is it from? Guess what? Oh no, his name is Blue, apparently.
Blue, okay.
Okay, from Upper Coomera in Australia, and says, when it comes to finals, how long is the longest women's match here at the AO?
Oh goodness, I'm terrible at that stuff.
Me too.
I mean, Steve has sat down, so maybe he can help us with that.
Yeah, perhaps. And I've also got Ethan is looking into it, so stay with us, Blue.
Good. Yes, we need some research.
Stay with us, because we will get that answer for you.
We will. Hello, Kate.
Hey, Steve.
Where's Upper Coomera?
I don't know
where that is
It
either.
sounds great.
I like the name, yes.
I am very intrigued by that. Elena Rybakina is over in her coaching pod having some very animated discussions. You'd think they just lost the first set, but they won it.
No, she loves this, though. I mean, she loves getting all this information. I think she loves kind of assessing what's happening, and she did this in her previous matches as well, and she was asked about it in her press conference. She was like, no, I love getting all this information, and Stefan is willing to just dish it out for her, and it somehow works. For me, that would be a little bit too much info, but she likes it, so
whatever works for you.
Whatever works, yes.
Kate, have you got any more messages?
Yeah, I do. I've got Callum's listening to us from the UK. He said, my sister just sent me an email, and you guys read it out, but we lost signal, so we missed it. Great commentary. Keep it up. Hope you're all well. We very well, thank you, Callum. And I'm not sure what to do about that last email that you didn't hear, but maybe if I find it, well, that's true.
There's nothing you can do.
It's gone. We did read it out, apparently. So I think we've done our part.
That's all we can do. Anything further, Kate?
Yes, I've got Jacinta from Kilmore in Victoria, where it's 20 degrees. Just wants to know whether or not the roof is on.
It is.
It is, because it's a miserable evening.
No, it's not miserable.
It is quite miserable. I know you love rain.
Is it still raining? I mean, they started with the roof.
It's mizzling.
Oh, is it? Okay. So, just to be clear, when they start with the roof closed, even if it stops raining, they have to finish with the roof closed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once an indoor match, always an indoor match. Yes. So it's an indoor match.
Also, I believe I've got an answer for that previous email around the longest match.
Good.
Oh, good.
It was Osaka Kvitova. Played
Really?
2 hours, 27 minutes, and it was a 7-6, 5-7, 6-4 result.
Really?
That can't be the longest match ever.
I-
2 hours, 27 minutes?
Yeah, in finals.
Well,
Oh, you mean actually in the final?
Oh, in a final.
As in
Oh,
the final?
well, maybe I've got that wrong then. I might go back to that email and
Well,
see
that's
if I
okay.
read it
Now we know what the
correctly.
longest
that's
final
fine.
was.
That's pretty good, huh?
I think
dear.
I just interpreted it as to be the longest
Longest
match
match.
ever.
Yeah.
I think this
At
is the last time I read
the
emails out. I think that's where we're going with all of this. But anyways,
I think you're booked in for tomorrow.
to serve.
All right.
thank you, Ethan.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, everyone. Keep your messages coming through, please. We love hearing from you as part of the broadcast. Radio. So, second set to get underway. Sabalenka serving down the far end. Great thanks to Peter Mercado for the last
15
set. Alongside you, Jill. And we saw Elena Rybakina break serve early in that first set and hang on right throughout. Let's see if the same thing happens here. Well, Sabalenka's got off to a much better start at 15 love and now 30 love in this opening service game.
How would you assess the first set? I know you were watching because you're just a super professional.
Well, I felt Rybakina was a little bit more settled, but I liked the way that she settled quicker. And Sabalenka, I just thought made a few surprises. She just looked a little bit nervous and on edge and maybe a little bit too hyped up. I was even more...
And early on.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. Making it just a few uncharacteristic mistakes when everything would say in the playbook, just make her play. You're the more experienced player at this level. Let her make a couple of mistakes. I'm not saying, put your guns away and don't fire anything, but she just seemed to, at times, play balls and go for lines and go for shots that weren't there. I was surprised.
It was less about, I felt more, I was paying attention to her demeanor already in the second game. She was... put her arms up in the air and motioning to her team. And I know sometimes she can do that because she likes kind of expressing herself and showing that character, and that helps her occasionally.
Yeah.
But it was just so early.
Rybakina with a very heavy forehand. Well met by Sabalenka this time, very low over the net, and Sabalenka that time didn't get the elevation she wanted. 40-15, opening game of the second set.
She did well to pick up the return. It was a huge strike on the ball from Rybakina down the center of the court. And Sabalenka did well to try and keep up with the pace. Sounds weird saying that, Sabalenka trying to keep up with the pace.
I know, but she's getting it given to her. Serving here, Sabalenka finds the ace down the middle. And holds in the opening game, something she couldn't do in the first set, but you'd imagine Sabalenka is not going to go away easily here, and she holds well for 1 love in the second set. But the first set to Elena Rybakina. What have you made about the return of Stefano Vukov to Elena Rybakina's coaching pod and the upsurge in her form since then?
Yeah, it obviously works. I mean, they've, before they took that break, they were together for a long time. So obviously a relationship where they know each other extremely well. He knows how to manage probably her and her emotions and get and understand how she likes to play and where she likes to come from. And she's expressed numerous times how comfortable she is with him in her corner. And that is when he came back. That is when her results started getting better. But he's one that, he chatters a lot. And again, she says that she likes that. She likes getting fed all that information.
Sabalenka getting the high kicking serve that time off the second serve and could only dump it into the net. She still looks unsettled to me in this final, just walking around shaking her head, slapping her hand on her thigh. These matches can go away very quickly, unlike the men, of course. They're playing best of 3, so This can end very quickly unless Arena can get settled into this contest right here, right now. And she steps inside with the big forehand, comes up to the net. Now she has to backpedal, doesn't have to play a shot. That's out from Rybakina.
That's very good. And Rybakina even knew that Sabalenka was going to take that forehand cross, got a head start there, but it was just too high quality of a shot from Arena. Definitely looks more focused and walking around with, I think, more, her head on her shoulders a little bit better, more clarity, I think, from Sabalenka.
Rybakina serves, finds the net. "47 minutes played on Rod Laver Arena for this final." That's to the forehand of Sabalenka, who goes straight back at Rybakina. That one's long from the Kazakh.
And on the return, starting to get a little bit more shape on the ball instead of going hard and flat, which is kind of feeding into what Rybakina likes off the ground.
Here's an opportunity for Arena Sabalenka. 15:30 on the Rybakina serve. Love 1. First exertion of pressure. Let's see how Rybakina handles this. The 1-2 punch is really good from Elena Rybakina. Forehand inside in up the line.
Well, she did well after that serve to get away from that forehand, because that cross court didn't quite get the angle, but Rybakina looking for the forehand got around it beautifully.
She did. 30-all. Serves out wide, just a little cut at this on the chop forehand from Sabalenka, but it delivered a ball that Rybakina was delighted to see, and she put away the forehand down the line for the clean winner.
Controlled that well. There was a previous point in the first set where she had missed that one cross court, and she looked over to Stefan, her coach, and he said, hit that one down the line, and that was almost a duplicate point, and did well to change that up.
40-30. Point here for 1-all in the second set. Rybakina the first set, 6-4. Serve here. Sabalenka unloads on this and loves it immediately. Landing that near the baseline with the backhand, kicking high.
And there was zero doubt in her mind what she was going to do on that return, and stayed committed to it. Well inside the court to take the backhand down the line early.
Serving here out wide, Rybakina, that's good serving. That's going to float long from Sabalenka. She can't control that ball.
Advantage Rybakina.
172 out wide. Earns her another game point here for 1-all. Rybakina sets herself, looking for the ace down the middle, didn't find it. Second serve, missed this as well. Did Rybakina, looking for the T serve.
Yes.
It was a brave serve.
Yeah, it was, but she really wanted to avoid the backhand, it seemed like, on that kick serve. Didn't feel comfortable going over there, and missed that one by a lot going down the tee.
So we get to deuce on the Rybakina serve. I'd love one. So Sabalenka has a big go at this. There's going to be a couple of forehands. She finds the open cornering, trying to get herself going here. Arena Sabalenka, the big come on. And she's got a break point.
Sabalenka.
Yeah, and a definitely more high quality shot off the return, and a shot that's what she wants to produce consistently. The little bit more height over the net, the heavier spin, forcing Rybakina to hit up.
So the first moment of real tension and pressure for Elena Rybakina. Sabalenka meets this first serve on the run, makes another ball. Good volley, really good volley. Low down forehand from Elena Rybakina.
Yeah, that's too good. Sabalenka didn't do anything wrong in that point. Actually, I felt like hit a very good ball low to the feet of Sabalenka, but Rybakina, we don't see her come into the net that much in matches, but I feel like when she comes in, she's coming off a very strong approach shot. She handled that low ball beautifully.
at deuce. Serving here, Sabalenka landing this back in the court on the backhand, swings around onto the forehand. Good depth, both players, in fact, good depth here. Rybakina kicking this ball up high, flattening out from Sabalenka. Big fist pump as well again as she goes cross-court, and Rybakina can only find the bottom of the net, and the pressure is increasing here on Elena Rybakina.
It's just an interesting rally from Rybakina 3 times in a row. A very different kind of shot that she just lofted in the air. Strange.
Trying to take pace off or kick it up high?
I think trying to get depth, but she just didn't have enough power behind it.
So facing break point again, Elena Rybakina serves. This time she finds the net with the first serve. Is this the moment that Sabalenka can jump ahead in this set? Serve, Sabalenka unloads on a big backhand, but the opposite corner forehand is really, really good from Elena Rybakina. Found some absolute precision with that forehand. Sees off the break point.
Yeah, again, very good from Rybakina that time. Sabalenka couldn't get as clean of a strike, just gave a little extra time there for Rybakina.
That deuce out wide. The chopped forehand response from Sabalenka lands it on the baseline. Back she goes cross court. Rybakina returns the favour. Dug out by Sabalenka. Up the line more centrally. That time from Rybakina onto the forehand. The first lengthy rally of the match goes the way of Sabalenka. The miss hit from Rybakina on the forehand into the net, and it's a third break point for Arena Sabalenka.
Yeah, interesting that Rybakina felt like the need that she had to go for the chip on that last forehand. Just felt like she wasn't quite in position, felt a little bit off balance, and tried to redirect down the line.
Jill Krabus and Steve Pearce with you on AO Radio. Kate Kearns, part of our broadcast team tonight. Rybakina serves, Sabalenka with the response up the line. Brilliant from Rybakina. A stand and deliver backhand of supreme quality.
So good. And so calm. On break point down, just really trusted herself on that backhand down the line. That is one of her best shots, but still under pressure. Never doubted herself.
Sabalenka is pushing and pushing and pressing here. Serve from Rybakina. This is going to land just in from Sabalenka. Flat forehand response from Rybakina and into the net from the twice champion. And Rybakina has a game point now for 1-1.
Sabalenka did well to get that return back in play, and not easy when it's just so deep, no pace on the baseline. You have so many choices going through your head, but well controlled from Rybakina.
So game point for Rybakina. She serves. Forehand is good from Sabalenka. On the run, she makes the backhand cross court. That's too low from Rybakina. She went down low, but she maybe didn't get low enough to play that backhand and hit it halfway up the net.
It's amazing when you hit that ball so flat how low it stays. And Rybakina, as tall as she is, actually both of them, they do well. Both of them to get down with the legs. Almost a 10-minute game now.
For the opening service game for Rybakina in this second set. There's a lot hanging on this, you feel, at deuce. Sabalenka can't get this ball over the net. Good serving from the 5th seed. And she earns a game point again. A bit of tension inside Rod Laver Arena right now. And right around the world, wherever you're listening or watching, or both. Rybakina serves out wide. She misses this one. Second serve. Both feet inside the baseline for Sabalenka. Rybakina lands this big aggressive backhand. Miss hit from Sabalenka. She misses it up the line, and Rybakina hangs on a couple of break points, but she stared them down. 1 game all. Second set.
Yeah, dealt with those pressure points very well. And Sabalenka is lifting, and even though she couldn't come away with that break, she'd feel good about being able to apply some pressure to the Rybakina serve.
Now the disappointment of not taking one of those breakpoint chances. She's just got to stride back to the baseline with balls in hand and got a hold here. A set down already, so there is very little wriggle room for Arena Sabalenka. Twice the champion, but lost last year in the final to Madison Keys. Good serve, good response from Rybakina. That was going to be a winner, but clipped the tape from Sabalenka. So Rybakina's still in this. Oh, no. No.
She's not in it anymore.
The backhand from Rybakina lands on the N of the Melbourne sign.
Well, that was just a strange point, completely different than what we were going to expect. That let court, Rybakina just set up for the backhand, and she just lofted it. It was not really much pace in the air, and Sabalenka was able to create the angle, got her way off court.
15 love. Serving here.
13.
That's good serving. Full-handed to the net from Rybakina. AO Radio right around the world. Great having your company, however you're listening to us. iHeart Radio, Sirius XM, courtesy of the ESPN radio network in the United States. Vision Australia radio network right across Australia. Tune in right around the world, and SEN here in Melbourne. However you're listening to us, or whether it's through the app, it's lovely having your company here for the women's singles final of 2026. Sabalenka serves a double. Wow.
Well, it just looked that
30,
looked like that
15.
toss got way far away from her. It was way forward, and she's just motioning that to kick that one. And when you do that, you need to get the toss behind you a little bit. But she was reaching for that toss way away from her.
30-15, 1-1 in the second. First set. Elena Rybakina, if you're just joining us here on AO Radio. Serves down the middle. Rybakina with an extravagant forehand.
40, 15.
Flies that long beyond the baseline, and Sabalenka will be pretty happy to see that. 40-15.
Pretty happy to see. I mean, we don't see much emotion from Rybakina either, and she'll be happy to see already Rybakina throwing her arms in the air to her team, not quite getting the return, connecting with returns as much as she did in the first set.
A pivotal moment in this match right here, as Sabalenka serves onto the backhand of Rybakina. Goes back behind her, Sabalenka on the run. Really good from Rybakina. Made that forehand. Well defended by Sabalenka. Sabalenka then goes back cross court on the backhand, looking for the really tight angle. Rybakina found the net, and Sabalenka holds and holds firm. 2 games to 1 in the second set. The first set to Elena Rybakina. Kate.
Steve, you'll be happy to know that Upper Coomera is between Brisbane and the Gold Coast near Dreamworld Amusement Park. Have you been to Dreamworld? Yes.
I have, yes.
And that's from Mark from Sydney, and he also wants to know whether or not Jill likes Vegemite.
Jill?
Not a huge fan of Vegemite, but I have to say I've only tried it once, and I know it does I've heard it has an acquired taste.
Yes, but usually you start acquiring that taste at age about 3 months.
So I tried it, I think, when I was in my mid-30s.
Mid-30s?
So I'm
and you
a
were
little
so
late.
put off you've never touched it again.
I've never touched it again,
Wow.
no. But I don't think I had it correctly either. Aren't you supposed to have it with a little butter underneath?
Oh, yes.
You know, I don't think I had that. I think I had to try it someone told me to try it plain on toast, which was probably a mistake.
Yes, on toast, absolutely. You should.
Yes, with a little
but
bit
I
of
didn't
butter.
have butter underneath.
Yeah.
Or I didn't have butter with it.
You must have
No,
butter.
it's a must.
So
Yeah.
I didn't have it correctly, but I don't necessarily feel like I want to try it again.
Oh. That's just it. You're just slamming the door on Vegemite.
On Vegemite.
Bang. What about Marmite?
No,
Did you try that
no,
when you went to England?
I've tried Marmite as well.
Same deal?
No, I'm an American peanut butter person.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
We managed.
Crunchy, super chunky.
Australians manage to eat both.
Really?
Yeah, we can eat Vegemite and peanut butter.
Together?
Yes, sure. We
Okay.
can do both. Together.
No, I'm just super chunk peanut butter.
Wow.
Crunchy.
Super chunk, is that what they call it?
I like
Super
crunchy.
chunk. It sounds American.
Extra.
Super chunk. Good serving here from Rybakina.
Or
and
extra-
just out from Sabalenka
Or
here
extra
on the opening
crunchy. You
point.
can say extra crunchy.
Oh, extra crunchy. That sounds a bit more
Is that
like
better?
super chunk. Super
wait.
size, super chunk.
No, not super size.
Do keep your messages coming through. It's great hearing from you. As Rybakina serves here. Thanks, Kate. Out wide, Sabalenka getting onto the response and stepping inside with a backhand to the backhand of Rybakina. That's a brilliant angle from the Kazakh.
Yeah, very good. I think where both of these women are so strong is that backhand angle off the court. So I feel like whoever can use that shot first has been in control. Sabalenka uses it with a little bit more spin, but Rybakina is able to get that pace and keep it flat and hard.
So good start to this service game for Elena Rybakina. 30-love. Serves down the middle. Sabalenka just gets this back. It'll be put away by Rybakina.
Great serve. Good spot down the tee, 185 kilometers an hour.
40-love.
Yeah, it's tough to come to Marmite and Vegemite, I think, when you're in your 30s.
Do you like both?
I love them both. I'm more of a Marmite fan because I grew up in England.
Is there a huge difference in taste?
Rybakina serves, finds the net, flies long beyond the baseline. Back to that. Second serve here for Rybakina. Oh, it's a double. Whoa.
Well,
Okay,
I think
it's a good time to do it.
Yeah, but I think she saw Sabalenka go way far inside the court, even further than she did in the first set. So I was looking for even a shorter serve. Just missed it.
There is a subtle difference between Vegemite and Marmite.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
And then there's another one from New Zealand. I think it's called Promite. Rybakina serves out wide, just a fault.
Really? Never heard of that
Actually,
one.
I think there is a New Zealand Marmite as well. My friends in New Zealand will confirm that. Rybakina serves at the backhand of Sabalenka. It kicked up high, and on the backhand she could only dump it into the net. And it's a hold, not a regulation hold for Elena Rybakina, but she's doing it well this evening here on Rod Laver Arena. The first set 6-4 and now 2-all in the second.
So what's the difference? I'm waiting.
Well,
I mean, Sabalenka's already up at the line, so we might have to wait longer.
yeah, I think we'll have to wait. We'll have to go to the next change of ends. I think, unless we can sneak it in at some point. Sabalenka then 2-all. Serves. That's really good down the middle. It's going to sit up. Should be put away by Sabalenka, and she does. Good heavy serving. Got the short ball. Slams it away.
15-love.
It's a slightly more acute taste to Vegemite. They're both yeast spreads.
Yes, I knew that.
But there's a slightly more intensity of flavour with your Marmite, which demands a little less on the piece of toast.
Okay, so stronger.
Stronger. Sabalenka serves. Finds the net.
But tastes similar.
Very similar. But the attuned palate can tell the difference. Second serve. Lands this in. Rybakina with a huge backhand. Down the line. Just a real stand and deliver. Jumped inside the baseline and walloped that ball away.
Yeah, excellent. It is so difficult to get that ball to jump high enough above Rybakina's shoulders because of her height, and she just connected with that, the perfect position.
15-all. Sabalenka, great serving down the middle. It just skids off the outside of Rybakina's racket into the crowd.
That's too good. It's right on the line. That's how good it has to be against Rybakina.
30-15. Sabalenka is ready, serves again. This is a mishit from Rybakina. Pulls it inside in into the tram lines, and Sabalenka feeling a bit more comfortable now about this service game at 40-15.
Rybakina was actually ahead of herself on that return.
Not hanging around. Arena Sabalenka serves again down the middle, and that's really good serving. She should put this short ball away as well. She hits it straight back at Rybakina, who puts up another defensive ball. It lands in now back at the baseline. That's long from Sabalenka. Wow, that's great defensive work from Elena Rybakina, making her opponent play one more ball. And Sabalenka surprisingly making the mistake from the back of the court.
I think the feel from Rybakina on that lob, to be able to feel the depth on that. And Sabalenka, so many shots go through your head when you have time and you have to reset. and just overhit.
40-30. Serves again down the middle, and this time the forehand from Rybakina is out, but you feel that Rybakina is still slightly on top in this contest. We're on serve in the second set. First set, Rybakina 6-4 on serve in the second. Rybakina to serve next at 2-3. Kate.
Steve, you'll be happy to know that Arvind, who contacted us earlier, he had a bit of an issue syncing the TV with the call.
Yes.
That has been solved.
Terrific.
And a little shout out to Nanditha, who was the person that contacted, I don't know how this works, but got in contact with Arvind somehow and sorted out. The key is to use the direct stream link and not the tap to connect.
Well, Nanditha must know. So
yeah, he's obviously a tech guru.
Yes, that must be the case. They must know. Which part of the world were we in for that matter?
India.
Okay, not being too specific.
No, but that's all I was given. So I couldn't be too specific.
Seems reasonable.
I could make it up if you would like, but I don't have to for the next email, which has come from Chinmi, who is in Mumbai in India, a beautiful part of the world. And just appreciating the great call tonight. Also came across the AO Radio feature on YouTube during the mayhem that was witnessed in the men's semi-final yesterday. Working in the office right now, and this commentary helps keep tabs with the score and the overall vibe of the match. That was not easy to say.
No, but you did well.
Keep up the good work.
Well, that was from what was the chap's name?
Chinmay.
Chinmay.
From Mumbai.
Probably saw me jumping out of my chair nonstop last night.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, we just get Chinmay and everyone watching on YouTube. A little bit of a wave. And thanks for your messages. Do keep those coming through, and we'll get to as many as we can during the broadcast as Elena Rybakina is on the baseline and underway in this sixth game. Serving at 2-3. First ball into the net, second ball onto the backhand of Sabalenka. And then the players settle into a rally from the baseline slice. Backhand cross-court from Sabalenka. Then she flattens it out and gets the mistake she wanted from Rybakina centrally in the court. The forehand into the net. Love 15.
For the Sabalenka backhand down the line, just clipped the net a little bit. And it was enough to change the rhythm on Rybakina. And that caused the mistake from Rybakina. But I think that part of the Sabalenka tactical play is to try and use that backhand down the line as much as possible.
Rybakina serving then. That's this on. That's a good backhand from Sabalenka, but we've seen that shot a few times tonight. The forehand change of direction from Rybakina right into the corner in this juice court at the sideline and baseline. That was beautiful.
It was unbelievable. The forehand inside in. I mean, you feel like you don't have that much time on the ball, but Rybakina, great shape, great depth. She likes that pattern.
Serving here, Rybakina takes Sabalenka out wide. She just chops this back into play. That's a mishit from Sabalenka. It's going to land out. Forehand rally ball with a fair bit of weight on it, but still a complete mishit from Sabalenka. 30-15.
And I know Rybakina's backhand's probably a little bit more stable in pressure moments in particular, but that forehand she disguises so well. She can take it anywhere, and I feel like Sabalenka sometimes is guessing.
Rybakina serves onto the backhand, and on the run, Sabalenka still making this to stay, and she's covering a lot of ground, but she can't get that backhand back into play. She's being pushed around from side to side and taking in some big gasps here. Rybakina holding firm on the baseline. 40-15.
They're so fast. I mean, Sabalenka is rushing to get back into position. That is saying a lot, and that just shows you how heavy Rybakina is hitting the ball, how much she's rushing Sabalenka in some of these rallies.
At 40-15, that's just going too wide from Rybakina. Somehow Sabalenka has to get this match a little bit back more on her terms. Serve here, forehand right back at Rybakina. What does Sabalenka do here? She goes cross-court. It's in the wheelhouse for Rybakina, but she missed it that time. The forehand long, just up the line.
And that's what can happen. She can pull off that forehand, and that's why we see Sabalenka, most of her shots are wanting her to get Rybakina on the move, running to that forehand wing. When she has time to set up, she's dangerous. But when you get Rybakina on the move on the forehand, that's where she can sometimes spray some balls.
1 hour and 11 minutes on Rod Laver Arena as Rybakina serves. That clips the tape from Sabalenka. It's a short ball. And Rybakina, it clipped the tape and went back to Sabalenka, but she couldn't adjust and play the passing shot in time. And Rybakina holds, and it's 3 games all in the second set.
Well, even on that short ball, Sabalenka guessed the right way, but Rybakina not feeling too under pressure on that because she knows the quality of her ball is so difficult to defend against. So even if Sabalenka guessed right there, she's still going to be in offensive position, so doesn't feel threatened to over press on that short ball. Both players changing rackets with the new balls, just getting rackets that are more tightly strung to get extra control as the ball flies through the air a little bit faster with the new balls.
So Sabalenka is back at the baseline here. We're getting into the business end of this second set and quite possibly the match. 3 games apiece as Sabalenka serves at the backhand of Rybakina. She goes back behind her. That's going to float long from Elena Rybakina. 15-love.
Just back-footed slightly, and it seemed like Rybakina had already changed her grip to hit the backhand, so couldn't quite adjust in time to strike over that forehand.
Sabalenka then at 15-love serves out wide. Does Sabalenka have to do something different here for you, Jill?
Well, I think she can. I think a couple times where she got mistakes, she went for a little, used the shape a little bit better off the ground, on the forehand especially.
Serving here onto the backhand of Rybakina, and that's going to fly long. The backhand that time from Sabalenka, 15-all.
I would also like to see her use some more body serves. But obviously they have to be a little bit harder into the body, because if you give time, Rybakina is pretty good at running around. So the kick serve, not so much, but the hard body serve, I think, is a good one for Sabalenka.
15-all. Serving, looking for the tee. She missed it again. First serve percentage is at 67 for the match for Arena Sabalenka. She'd like that higher. Serves at the body of Rybakina, and she couldn't quite move out of the way quickly enough for Rybakina to make the backhand up the line. Found the net.
It was almost, though. It was a pretty good strike. I think Sabalenka even felt that she got away with one there.
30-15. Sabalenka serves onto the forehand that time of Rybakina. Repelled by Sabalenka with a couple of big backhands. That's still good. Bringing Sabalenka in. She backpedals to the baseline, though, and has to take this out of the air. Great coverage from both women until Sabalenka makes the forehand volley winner.
That was an amazing movement at the net from both. I think that was such a high-quality point, and Rybakina did well to get to the short drop shot from Sabalenka, but Sabalenka a little bit stronger at the net overall. She's more comfortable in the forecourt and did well off the first volley to quickly get back in good position to hit the winner.
Thank you.
The raised fist of Arena Sabalenka. We haven't seen that too much tonight. 40-15 here. She serves, catches the net cord and flies out. 53 points each to this point in the contest. Serves, it's a double.
Went big on that, yeah. Again, still flat on the second serve.
It's a great strategy if you're Novak and you can deliver it, as he did a couple of times last night.
That was incredible. He served so well last night.
But the second serve heavy ball can backfire pretty quickly if you don't get it right, and that's what happened there to Arena Sabalenka. 40-30.
Let first serve.
Extravagantly called out by Hawkeye. But of course the point was already not underway as the serve was net cord. Let's start again. Sabalenka serves. This time it is a fault. Big point right here at 40-30. Sabalenka trying to close this game out. Lands this on the backhand of Elena Rybakina, and once again, she just caresses that ball up the line at a fair old pace, using the pace of Arena Sabalenka's serve, just easing it up the line, easy power.
I was going to say, I don't know if I would call that caressing.
Just but the way it makes it look like she doesn't do a lot, but it still flies through the air.
She was so on top of that ball. I mean, she took it so early.
Juice. Sabalenka serves. Ooh, she'll be very happy to see that backhand go out. And she swats away that other ball.
Sabalenka.
This is a tough old night for Arena Sabalenka at the moment. She's playing an opponent who is in inspired form at the moment. And Sabalenka serves out wide. Rybakina does really well to just get that ball back into play, but that's a big hold for Arena Sabalenka. And she moves out to a 4-3 lead on serve in the second set. First set to Elena Rybakina. Kate.
Steve, I've got Tara listening to us from Minneapolis in Minnesota, where it is minus 17 degrees and very early in the morning. I think it's around 4 a.m. Said, I have the phone on my pillow and I'm listening in bed. Did not want to disrupt my pooch's sleep schedule. Things have been heavy in Minneapolis and the AO is a nice distraction from that. Thanks so much for the great coverage.
Nice, stay inside.
Yeah, exactly. Hope the pooch is getting some sleep.
Stay in bed, yeah.
And Harry's listening to us from Irvine in California and says that hometown of tournament favourite, he said, Lerna Tien.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listening to the women's final coverage, and it's around 2 a.m. in the morning while doing some late night studying, learning so much from the conversation about Vegemite. Go Rybakina. Now, I do have something on the Vegemite as well, Steve, very quickly. Let me see. Yes. Mark from Palm Coast in Florida says, he's got Novel beats Marmite in the UK. Great commentary, folks. Best radio coverage of all the slams.
Novel.
Novel beats Marmite, he said.
Novel.
Novel. Does anyone know what that is, though?
Sounds like novel. I mean, it's spelled like novel, right?
Spelled like novel, but pronounced novel.
Well, who knows how it's pronounced? I mean, God, don't ask me.
I'm still not clear.
We can ask Mark. Was it Mark?
But is he describing that is the actual name of some sort of thing that tastes like?
We need some clarity.
We need further clarity.
Thanks,
Kate,
Mark,
if you
from
can
Palm
provide.
Coast,
And Mark,
Florida. Get on
thanks
to
for
that.
all your messages as Rybakina gets ready to serve, but misses this one at 3-4 in the second set. Novel?
We still haven't really described Marmite and Vegemite to the degree that I would like to.
Right,
understand it better.
Sabalenka putting a forehand into the net. Her shoulders slump a bit here as Rybakina opens up this 8th service game.
It's supposed to be pretty good for you, right? Good B vitamins, from what I understand.
Yes, it is. If I could only remember the label, I think it's vitamin B1, 2, and 3. Okay. I think. And it's a vegan spread as well, so if you like that sort of thing. Rybakina there with the heavy forehand, then on the run makes another one cross court. Sabalenka is there, meets it. There's a high ball from Rybakina, taken out of the air by Sabalenka. She was trying to be aggressive, but it just got a bit low on her, and she slapped it into the tape.
I think because that's the shot you least expect from Rybakina, is the one where she just lofts it in the air, but she had to because she caught it behind her body, and Sabalenka didn't react enough to get up to that ball quickly, and you're right, it drops so low. It's a tough one to control.
Rybakina serving 30 love, goes down the middle, finds the ace. Rybakina's got all the answers tonight. Sabalenka has to find a plan C.
It seems that way, but we're still on serve.
Yeah.
You know, it feels that way as the points are going by, but, I mean, Sabalenka's hanging in.
Game, Rybakina.
But the service games are looking good for Rybakina. She's holding comfortably at the moment, and the demeanour is looking good, and the ball striking is looking good. 4 games all in the second set, but you make a good point, Jill. We are on serve. Sabalenka to serve next, and she does have her nose ahead, so if she can hold here then she can heap the pressure on her opponents.
But what a time to have a very quick service game at 4-all.
It's a nice time, isn't it? 1 hour and 21 minutes on the clock as Sabalenka serves and misses by a fair old way down the middle. It's ready, serves, and Rybakina here has earned herself the opening point as another mistake flies off the racket of Sabalenka, and
it's just a very solid return.
It's very, and everything she's doing tonight is solid, and you can't say that about Arena. Not everything she's doing is solid.
That has a lot to do with Rybakina.
Yeah, for sure. No, absolutely it does, but you still feel that this match is I mean, irrespective, obviously the first set Rybakina in the bag, but even this set feels like it's slightly tilted. If you had a set of scales, it feels like it's tilted still in the favour of Rybakina.
Yeah, I agree with that. It feels like she's the one that is applying a little bit more pressure, making Sabalenka move a bit more.
At 15-all, Rybakina finds the net with that backhand. Sabalenka moves out to 30-15.
And Sabalenka is serving better in this set. She's getting more first serves in, which is helping her stay in this set.
Sabalenka goes heavily down the middle. Rybakina meets her with the forehand. Here comes another forehand from the Kazakh. On the run, the backhand from Sabalenka. She backpedals to play another forehand. Well defended by Rybakina. Up the other line goes Sabalenka. That was better. That was better. Yeah. There was more weight of shot, and the depth was brilliant from Arena Sabalenka.
Yeah, that was probably one of her best points of the match so far. Still, I felt for a moment she was in trouble, but really opened up the court well. She took just 2 steps forward to that ball. That's all it takes to be able to strike the ball with a little bit more pace.
At 40-15 now, Sabalenka serves. The forehand response from Rybakina is still pretty good, but on the run, Rybakina dumps the backhand into the net. Maybe the scales are just levelling up. Who knows? Rybakina to serve next. There was a couple of quick service games. Feels like we only just spoke to Kate. It's 4-5. And Rybakina will serve next to stay in this second set, Kate.
Well, you'll be happy to know that in that time, Mark has got back to us from Palm Coast.
Good.
Yeah, sorry, that was an autocorrect as I lay in bed. Should have been Bovril.
Oh, Bovril.
Bovril.
Not novel.
Not novel problem. Or
Novelle. Novelle. Might be the new name for Bovril.
So wait, it's
Novelle.
B-R...
B-O-V-R-I-L.
B-O-V-R-I-L.
It's a meat.
It's like a drink thing.
Sorry, spell it again.
B-O-V-R-I-L.
Bovril. Okay.
And it is a meat extract drink.
Oh, okay.
So that is not for your vegans.
A meat
or veggies.
extract drink does not sound appealing to me.
No.
That's because it's not.
I don't like it. My mother drinks it, though.
Is it supposed to be really good for you? A meat extract drink?
I'm not sure that it's supposed to be good for you.
I guess it would be similar to like bone broth.
Yes.
Oh, yes. So,
okay.
But a little
in that
bit
way,
thicker.
It is.
I mean, bone broth sounds more edible than a meat extract drink. I'm not sure. Okay. I don't think I'm going to try that one anytime soon.
It's probably wise. It's not one of my favourites.
That's all right. I've got more about the Marmite as well, but let's get back to the match.
Okay.
Rybakina here serving to stay in the second set. She goes, makes Sabalenka cover enormous ground. Brilliant from Sabalenka to stay in the point, though. And trying the drop shot, Rybakina found the net on her side. Love 15.
That was such a good get from Sabalenka on the full run to be able to have that clarity to hit that slice short into the court, bringing Rybakina forward. Kept it low as well.
So Rybakina just with a little ounce of pressure. Let's see how she responds in this instance. 4-5, love 15, serves. Sabalenka onto the backhand, runs around onto her forehand to go up the line. She's nailed it.
Now starting to actually spread the court a bit. It's really good ball striking from Sabalenka.
With intent in her eyes and in her shot making, Arena Sabalenka is making a surge here. Sensing her opportunity. Rybakina finds the net. Love 30 and 4-5. Arena is just 2 points from this second set. Rybakina serves again. The backhand is in from Sabalenka. She runs around onto her forehand, straight down the middle of the court. Rybakina doesn't do too much with this until she pulls the trigger and goes well wide.
Wow. Really 3 excellent solid points from Sabalenka, but a little bit more aggressive.
3 set points for Arena Sabalenka to get us back onto level terms and force the decider in the women's final. Pressure has ratcheted up 6 notches here on Elena Rybakina. And she's not handling it well right now. Missed that first serve by a long way. Love 40, 4-5. Triple set point for Arena Sabalenka. Rybakina serves. Sabalenka just goes with the slice backhand. Opens up. Down the line goes Sabalenka. Out with the volley is Rybakina. And Sabalenka pounces for the second set. And levels up this women's singles final at 1 set all, and we're going the distance.
What a great effort. I mean, you didn't see that coming. She had tested the Rybakina serve in the beginning of the set, but the way Rybakina was holding towards the end of that set, you just felt like she was probably going to hold and push it to a tie break, but Sabalenka stepped up, returned really well. A couple mistakes from Rybakina, I think the first couple, and just put that pressure on her from the start of that game. Excellent fight from Sabalenka.
I just looked down to right on there. Both left the court.
They both left the court,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
I saw you searching. Where'd they go?
Where did they go? What's happening?
They both left the court.
All right. So 1 set all in the women's singles final, and we are perfectly set up here for the deciding set, which will be coming your way on AO Radio. But Kate, that gives us a couple of minutes to go through some more correspondence and see if we can clear up for Jill the exact delights that sit behind Vegemite and Marmite.
Well,
and possibly Bovril.
Josh is
or novel.
Or novel.
Yes. Now, Josh is listening to us from Torquay in Victoria, a lovely part of the world. The original Marmite from England is a stronger, more tangy brew.
Yeah, I'd agree
with
that.
But the Australasian Marmite was developed by the health food company owned by the Australasian Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Oh, really?
Wait, the Australasian Marmite is
this?
Vegemite?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
So Vegemite. What?
But there is a New Zealand Marmite as well. But let's go with what Josh is giving us at the moment.
He said, I can remember...
Australasian.
Now, I don't know how old Josh is, but he said, I can remember older sports coaches imploring us kids to eat Marmite for energy purposes due to the vitamin B content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I heard too. I heard it's good, actually, like pretty good for you. But I would like it to be good for you and tasty at the same time.
I don't think it's bad for you. Well, it is tasty to most people. Only you don't like it.
Do you like it?
I like it.
You like it? Okay.
I love it. Yes.
How do you have it?
On
exactly.
Toast?
Only with butter.
Oh yes, it has to have butter.
It has to have
Otherwise,
butter.
it's marooned.
What? Okay. What?
Well, it's not meant
Can
to be.
Can you have it with anything else but butter?
Yeah. Well, I've had it with peanut butter.
Oh, it's very good with cheese.
Yes.
Oh, cheese. Okay. And jam.
But you still need butter on your bread.
Okay, so butter is a must.
Yeah, it really is. I think.
so. I'd say so.
I think it makes or breaks the experience.
All right. Maybe I'll try it again.
Now, Eliza in Brighton, in England, says if you want to ease yourself into a little Marmite experience, try Twiglets. What are Twiglets?
Yeah, so Twiglets are a delicious British snack. I don't know what they're exactly made of, but they are a long sort of thin cigar-like look, but it has little bumps on the actual stick itself, and the predominant flavour is Marmite.
Right.
So they're very crunchy.
So it's a delicious snack. Is it as good as Bovril?
No, it's much nicer than
in
Bovril.
terms of English snacks.
Wait, is this salty, this little twiglet thing?
Well, Marmite in itself is a bit salty.
Right, so that's what I'm asking. You said it's like corn. So is it?
But it's
a savoury snack.
Yeah, and very much enjoyed with, a glass of Chardonnay, a glass of beer, a glass of lemon, lime and bitters.
So you like
this.
Twiglets?
Yes. Twiglets go very well with a peanut and a crisp.
Okay.
Now Tara's contacted us again from the States, and I've got a picture now of the pooch that is on the bed, and I have to say, not snoozing because those eyes are wide open. Very cute, but that sort of doesn't work for radio, does it? Sorry about that.
It's not bad. I mean, I think you described the pooch well.
The pooch is cute. Yeah. Oh, we've got a bit more here on Bovril.
Right.
Charmaine and Andrew are listening to us from London, where it's 6 degrees Celsius. Bovril spread is gorgeous on toast, but again, it's better with butter underneath it. Yes, I think you're right.
Spread.
Now we've gone into the Bovril spread.
So it's not just a meat extract drink; it's a spread as well.
It's got multi purposes.
Why drink it when you can spread it?
Multiple purposes. Yes, I suppose you can spread it as well.
Because in fact, Bovril itself comes as a solid, doesn't it? And then, you put it in hot water and make it into the drink.
If you're just joining us, by the way, it's one set all in the women's singles final between Arena Sabalenka and Elena Rybakina. Sabalenka has bounced back to take the second set 6-4 after Rybakina took the first set by the same scoreline. And we're entrenched in a discussion about meat and yeast
type of
extract
meat
spreads / drinks.
Bovril come from?
What type of meat? I don't think it's important, the type of meat.
No, you don't? Really?
Probably is beef, I would think. Bovril beef. Wouldn't you think bovine? Yes.
Yes,
I would think so.
That makes sense.
I was beef. Just, okay.
Yes, I was being facetious. No, I think it's beef. But I don't, where they're extracting it from or exactly what extract it is, I don't know. But I'm sure that's
I'm sure our listeners will get in touch and let us know.
Well,
and they can do that, Steve, of course, if they go to the Ask the Booth form on ausopen.com or email us at aoradio@tennis.com.au.
We do have an extraordinary wealth of knowledge amongst the listenership of AO
really
Radio
do.
Across the world as Arena Sabalenka bounces a couple of balls and wanders across the Melbourne sun, keeping warm, just patiently waiting for her opponent to return to the court for the deciding set of this women's singles final for 2026. And there she is, Elena Rybakina, striding back out onto court. Any further messages, Kate?
Yes, we've got one from Annette, who's listening to us from Germany, and says that I think Twiglets are those things Mr. Bean was serving his guests for the New Year's party he was hosting.
Highly possible.
He only had one Twiglet left, so he used 3 twigs next to his window. What?
I can see that Rowan Atkinson would find that quite amusing to pull out a Twiglet. Yeah, one of the peculiar British snacks. Yes. And time for one more, Kate?
Let's just quickly go to Kimberly. She said, what are you talking about? Peanut butter and all manner of heinous alternatives. Toast, butter, Marmite, eat and enjoy. That's it. Full stop.
All right.
Okay, with that
good.
Full stop, we can dial back into the women's final here because both players are back out on court. Kate Kearns, Jill Krabus and Steve Pearce with you on AO Radio this evening on a Saturday night. It's a tick before 9:20 on Rod Laver Arena. And the scene is set here for the deciding set in this year's contest to find the women's singles champion. Will it be Arena Sabalenka or will it be Elena Rybakina? Sabalenka looking to take first blood as she starts off the final set. And she does at 15-love. What do you think, Jill? What's your sense of the match and what we might see over the next half an hour?
I mean, right now, I feel like Sabalenka has the momentum for sure. That's what I feel like.
Only in the last 10 or 15 minutes,
It's been only in the last 10 or 15 minutes, yes. But I don't know, just the way she feels a little bit more settled to me, and Rybakina is now making some more unforced errors, which she didn't make in the first set. So that's how I feel.
Feels like the weight of shot and intensity and pressure has just gone up a couple of notches, and it'll be interesting to see how Elena Rybakina handles it. Of course, we're seeing the Sabalenka service game here at 30-love. Goes a bit long in the box there, and shoulders slump a little bit. She's got to be happy the way that she's turned this match around. Serves here right at the body of Rybakina, who does well to get out of the way and play a forehand. There's another forehand, very deep near the baseline, and Sabalenka unable to take the almost half volley there. 30-15.
I mean, I say that because I just feel like Sabalenka's covering the first shot much better, much quicker. I think she's, as the second set went on, was picking up better on the patterns of Rybakina and just making the rallies a little bit more consistent.
Sabalenka serves a fault. She was going down the middle, missed it. Couple of ball bounces for Arena. She's ready and serves, kicks up pretty high, and that surprised Rybakina a bit, and she sprayed the backhand wide into the tram lines.
Just making some more like quick return errors, Rybakina, which she didn't make at the beginning of the match.
Couple of game points here for the opening game of the final set for Arena Sabalenka. Serves, and that's good. Forehand into the net, as Jill was suggesting. A few more mistakes coming from Elena Rybakina's racket, and some of them quite early in these points. And Arena Sabalenka holds with some degree of comfort. I don't know where the 9 minutes has come from for this final set, because that must include the 5-minute bathroom break.
It does, yeah, I think. But I don't even think the game was 4 minutes, was it?
I don't think it was 4 minutes either, was it? Anyway, 1 game to love to Sabalenka to kick off this final set. Now Elena Rybakina just trying to move her legs around and get her intensity and level of performance back to where it was 20 minutes or so ago before she dropped that second set. Let's see what she can deliver on her opening service game of this final set. Sabalenka holding impressively. Let's see if Rybakina can do the same. She's right in front of us, and she serves to the backhand of Sabalenka on the run. Makes a backhand cross-court, dug out by Sabalenka. There's a forehand. It's wild from Sabalenka, well into the tram lines.
Again, that one's staying a bit lower, and Sabalenka not getting up to the ball, so just pulling it wide. Yeah, she's just motioning herself to get inside the court a bit more.
Rybakina then 15-love. It'll be a second serve. Here it comes from Rybakina. She lands this backhand from Sabalenka. Absolutely unloaded on that return right near the baseline. Rybakina could not get near it.
And I think Rybakina knows it's going there. So often Sabalenka has been taking this second serve, backhand down the line, but she's such in good position that wasn't that far away from Rybakina, just a couple feet, but the depth, just too good from Sabalenka.
Rybakina serves, trying to take Sabalenka out wide. Too wide. Second serve was down the middle. Sabalenka's equal to that on the backhand. Here comes a forehand, but rocking back Sabalenka. She was so desperate to play that forehand, but she couldn't get into position to play it.
It was too good. Too good of a ball strike from Rybakina. The ball just kept following Sabalenka on the ground.
30-15. Rybakina. Again, in the egg court, it'll be a second serve. Forehand from Sabalenka again, really deep, picked up on the half volley this time by Rybakina, but she left the court open for Sabalenka to go inside in with a beautifully struck forehand down the line.
Yeah, Rybakina felt like she had to guess, and she completely covered the inside out forehand, and Sabalenka saw her, so did well to get that forehand inside in.
Rybakina serving at 30 all. Again looking for the wide serve and again missing it. Second serve goes down the middle, just made that. Sabalenka with a backhand low over the net. Rybakina there to meet it with her own forehand. Very good depth from both players here. Opening up for the big off forehand was Sabalenka. Well dug out by both players. Cross court they go on the backhands. And again from Rybakina, and again from Sabalenka, but there was more venom in that one.
Wow, that was some excellent ball striking across court, and Sabalenka just getting lower and lower with the legs to try and get more pace off the ball. Both of them going a little bit more central, and then all of a sudden Sabalenka able to spread the court much better on the last backhand.
A big moment in the context of this match as Sabalenka looks to break again for consecutive breaks. This one to start off the final set. Rybakina serves, finds the net. She's got to be feeling the heat here from her opponent, the top seed. Rybakina with the second serve. The backhand up the line from Sabalenka. And the class of Arena Sabalenka is rising here. Back-to-back breaks of serve deliver her the second set and the early break in the third.
That was so good, but I'm surprised Rybakina actually went to the kick on the backhand side again, where Sabalenka just made her pay for that exact serve. Again, it was almost identical to the one that she started that game with. Really well done from Sabalenka.
So this match has flipped on its head in the last 25 minutes as Sabalenka pounced and took her opportunity at the end of the second and now has taken control of the final set. Can she consolidate the break of serve and move out to a 3-love lead? She's ready with balls in hand and ready to go. Serves down the middle. Rybakina just gets this back, and with the court at her mercy, inexplicably Sabalenka sprayed that long.
Well, Rybakina made the move to cover the down the line. I'm surprised Sabalenka didn't go cross court. That's normally her go-to shot when she's that far inside the service line.
Surprising on a number of levels. Will she rue that miss? Love 15. Serves a fault. Second serve here coming from the top seed. Lands this one in. Rybakina with a heavy backhand just up the line with some power. Rybakina unable to get much of a racket on that. Just rolls it back into the net. 15-all.
Anything short from Rybakina. Sabalenka is staying up on the baseline. Rybakina is going to have to try and find the depth on that return again.
Serving here, Sabalenka goes to the backhand of Rybakina, just dug out by Sabalenka. Short ball. Rybakina should put this away and does.
That was better. Much better. Took that return slightly earlier as well. Here is Sabalenka just hustling to try and defend against that return.
Under the closed roof on Rod Laver Arena. Sabalenka serves out wide. Good serving, heavy serving. Rybakina just with the backhand into the net. And a big point coming up right here.
That was a big point already, and Sabalenka came up huge with that serve.
30-all 2-love in the third. Rybakina trying to get back on serve. Sabalenka into the net with the first ball. Second serve coming up from Arena. Nope, the ball toss went wrong, so she's going to reset. Now she's ready. Lands this onto the forehand of Rybakina, but that was long from Sabalenka. And here's a break back point for Elena Rybakina. A couple of loose errors from Arena Sabalenka, which started off with that really poor finishing shot in the opening point. has slightly gifted Elena Rybakina away back into this set.
Wow, how good was that return just down the center of the court? And you can tell by Sabalenka's grunt when she's going to miss. It just gets short, and she knew right away. It flew off her racket.
Break point. She serves down the middle. It's a net cord. An hour and 3/4 on court now. It's just nearly 9:30 on local time in Melbourne. Sabalenka, 30-40, facing break point. She serves. The forehand from Rybakina is in, but the huge scream of delight, encouragement, and imposing her physical presence. Arena Sabalenka at the net puts away the forehand winner.
I'm glad she went cross court on that. That's the one that she doesn't miss, but got such good clarity on that. Very decisive on that short ball from Sabalenka.
To deuce. Sabalenka serves, goes down the middle with this one. Rybakina, that's out on the backhand. She tried the floating return, but it was a long way beyond the baseline. Game point for Arena for a 3-love lead. Sabalenka heavily. Rybakina does really well on the first ball. Sabalenka moving to the net. The overhead smashed away. And Sabalenka sees off the break point, holds and leads by 3 games to love in the final set. It's one break of serve, but it is an imposing scoreline. Kate.
Well, I've got very good news for Jill, because Rob in Sarawak in Malaysia has just written in and said the new improved Bovril is made of yeast extract, just like Vegemite and Marmite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's not from meat?
No, it used to be made of dead oxen bits and bone marrow, apparently. Now it's cruelty-free.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay, I don't know if I'll still try it.
Is that new wave Bovril, or is that a vegetarian Bovril option?
Oh, I didn't get that detail.
I just wondered.
Well, you said it used
I like
to
the fact
be
they
made
offer
from...
a veggie option.
Yeah, so it sounds like a vegetarian option.
He did say used to, so that definitely sounds like they've moved on.
Okay.
And Piers is listening to us from Glastonbury in the UK.
Lovely spot.
Very nice spot. A match made in heaven is Marmite peanut butter combo.
Yes, I agree.
That's what you said?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
no.
But creamy peanut butter or super chunk?
And
I prefer super chunk.
I'll definitely go the super chunk.
Everyone likes a bit of chunk.
Yeah. Especially on their toast.
Yes.
I agree.
Warm toast where it just melts everywhere.
Piers is, he's threatening to send a photo of that combo.
I don't
Can't
blame
wait to receive that.
It's perfect time in the UK. Oh no, maybe it's getting a bit late. What time is it over there? About 10 in the morning? 10:30?
What
That's
time
still
is it here?
second breakfast.
Second breakfast?
I think you can have that whenever you want.
Oh no, but it's good at breakfast time with
breakfast.
a cup of coffee or a cup
okay.
of tea, even better actually.
Cup of tea.
Irish breakfast. Delicious. Love 3 here, Rybakina, in the final set. It's a must-hold situation, you would imagine, for her. And she'll be happy to see Sabalenka's backhand fly long.
15
Kate Kearns, Jill Crabus and Steve Pearce with you on AO Radio this evening as we work our way through to the conclusion of the Women's Singles Championship. Rybakina out wide. Sabalenka can't get this back in the court.
I know the match is still going on, but it's about that time that I start getting sad that it's going to be over soon.
And that happens every year.
You just said it happens every year, and you just said at the end of the Women's Singles Championship. I was like, no.
No. It's nearly the end of everything tomorrow. Rybakina serving. Forehand from Sabalenka is good. What's the next one like? She goes to drop shot. Really well played. We haven't seen many of those from Arena Sabalenka tonight. We could possibly have seen more, but that one worked very well.
I think that's just the second one, but I like that play against Rybakina. She disguised it very well. As soon as she hit it, I didn't think Rybakina was going to be able to get there because she struck it with such precision.
30-15. Rybakina serves. This one catches the tape and flies well wide of the court. 2 feet inside for Arena Sabalenka now as Rybakina serves, lands this in. Really aggressive backhand, cross-court, beautiful winner from Sabalenka.
I mean, even just the way she's walking around Sabalenka right now, her court demeanor just so confident. She was backing off on those second serves in the beginning, and now she's actually flying through them.
30 all. This is a big moment in Elena Rybakina's campaign. Serving here, finds the ace. Oh, that's a good answer.
Good timing. Needs to get on the board here. Rybakina try and slow down the pace of how Sabalenka is playing right now.
It's only one break of serve, though.
Yep.
If she can just hold here, it's just the one break of serve. Rybakina serves, and she does hold. That's good stuff. She was very challenged by Arena Sabalenka in that game, but Elena Rybakina finds the answers with 2 big serves, and Sabalenka leads by 3 games to 1.
That's great serving. Now she's got to find that return again that she was striking so well in the beginning of this match.
Sabalenka is moving this match along at a fair old pace. Rybakina's not going slowly, but Sabalenka is ready to serve already. 1 hour 52 on the Rolex as Sabalenka serves out wide. That's a great return. Brilliant return from Rybakina, and at the net she gets the short put away.
That's the return I was talking about, going after it a little bit more. She had pulled off of the return in that second set slightly, and that's all it takes to be able to get Sabalenka back into the match. But that was much better start in this game from Rybakina.
If you're Sabalenka, you just have to say too good.
Yep.
Love 15. Sabalenka looking for the ace out wide. She cannot find it there, though. Nor can the ball kid. Pesky ball getting away from her, but now she's got it. Scurries back to the back of the court. Arms behind her back. Sabalenka with the second serve. Onto the backhand of Rybakina. It came back with some venom. That's out, though, from Rybakina. That was when she didn't want to release the pressure valve. She had to make Sabalenka keep playing there, but she didn't.
Well, Sabalenka also took that slightly earlier, and sometimes that all it takes is that slight rush to Rybakina to make her make the mistake.
15 all. Sabalenka serves at the backhand of Rybakina. She gets this in. Big cross-court backhands from both women. The slice from Sabalenka finds the net.
She looked like she was about to hit it, but then all of a sudden went for the slice. So just the confusion of what decision to make on that shot.
Great pace from both women on those backhands cross-court until, like you say, Jill, Sabalenka opting for the slice and netted. 15-30. Serves there. Oh, that's going to land just in from Rybakina. It was a slight mishit, it felt like, but then she opens up over the high part of the net and finds the beautiful backhand winner for 2 breakback points.
Unbelievable from Rybakina, showing just such composure in this tough moment. Being a breakdown, has really stepped up in this game.
A chance to get back on serve. Sabalenka goes right at the body of Rybakina, who's handling it well at the moment. Onto the forehand goes Rybakina, straight down the middle of the court. Miss hit from Sabalenka. Forehand into the net. And Rybakina steps in and flips the match back on its head again. And we're back on serve in the final set with Rybakina to serve next at 2-3. Kate.
Steve, Mark in Palm Coast has contacted us once again. He said, you'll be interested to know Twiglets autocorrects as winglets.
As winglets?
Okay. And then he sent me a picture of what Twiglets look like.
They're delicious.
Well, they don't look delicious.
Why not?
They look like bumpy little bones. Kate.
And they're brown.
And they're brown. I know, but I'm sure it works. Now, you dip them in the Bovril or the Marmite?
No, you just have them with tea and coffee?
No, not tea and coffee.
I don't know what
Not
they're
a
supposed to
replacement
taste
for a custard cream.
What do they taste like again? I forget.
Like Marmite.
Oh, Marmite.
Oh, they taste like Marmite. So you're not having to dip them in
So
anything.
you dip them in melted butter?
Dip them in anything.
I think
well, I mean, you can, but...
I think people are dipping them. No,
Well,
I think they're definitely getting dipped.
Well, there's no rules, but you certainly don't have to. No, you can just have them with a beer, a gin and tonic, I don't know,
So you have them with drinks.
soft drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to have them with
So-
some form of liquid because otherwise those little bones will get stuck in your throat.
No, they're not bones, Kate. They're not actual
So they
bones.
look like bones.
They really do.
They do crumble, though. They're crunchy.
Okay.
It's like, a crisp doesn't get stuck in your chip, or as people might know them, doesn't get stuck in your throat. You don't have to have a dip with it. Right, okay, we'll come back to that. As that debate rages behind the scenes as Rybakina serves here at 2-3, having got us back on serve. In the final set. She serves onto the backhand their time from Sabalenka. Oh no, she rocking back and got that all wrong, Sabalenka. It was going wide anyway, but it was halfway up the net on the backhand up the line.
Well, it just looked like it skidded off the back of the baseline. That's why Sabalenka got late on that ball. It looked like she was set up, and then all of a sudden, it just shot through the court on her.
Scales of this match turning back towards Rybakina right now. She is stepping in. It's an ebb and flow contest here. Rybakina with the big forehand. Sabalenka doing very well to stay in the points. And this time it's Rybakina who sprays wide with a forehand with the court gaping.
Well, sometimes that low slice that Rybakina does not want to accelerate through that much, and that's what you exactly have to do to get that ball back in the court. And she just motioned that she should have just chipped that one short. That probably wouldn't have been a bad option because Sabalenka was way off court.
15-all. Rybakina looking for the ace out wide. She missed that one. Where does she go with the second serve? She goes to the backhand of Sabalenka. Good choice as Sabalenka nets the backhand.
Well, because it was so deep. It was a kick serve that Sabalenka in the second set really enjoyed attacking, but that one had such good depth to it that it kicked up even higher above the shoulders of Sabalenka.
30-15. Serving here. Will be a second serve. Rybakina lands this. The backhand from Sabalenka is very deep, and Rybakina went down low with the forehand racket, but ended up just playing the ball directly into the court in front of her. 30-all.
That's the same exact one she doesn't like. Sabalenka takes it
Really
down the
doesn't
line.
like it, no.
As long as Sabalenka gets it deep, Rybakina struggles to get over there because she's trying to lean left to look for a forehand. It just opens up the line.
30-all 2-3. Rybakina serves, trying to go for the T serve down the middle, just missed it. Shake out of the arms from Sabalenka, and she settles into receive again. Serving here, backhand. Sabalenka goes at it very aggressively, and Rybakina deciding not to back off, had a big swing at the backhand down the middle, went long, and she's given Sabalenka a break point here, trying to consolidate the break back of serve. Rybakina is in danger of going behind a break again. Rybakina was at 184 going out wide, but it was about 2 feet into the tram lines. Second serve, Sabalenka went for the huge backhand cross court. It would have been brilliant if it had come off, but it was out by about 4 inches into the tram lines.
I don't know why she didn't take that down the line again. Changed it up on the cross, went for a lot there, Sabalenka. I love the aggressive mindset, but she's won a ton of points when she's taken that one down the line.
Just ticked on exactly 2 hours on court at deuce and 2-3 in the final set. The forehand that's long from Sabalenka, and maybe Rybakina can hang on here and get us to 3-all.
Great change up on the serve that time, just throwing Sabalenka off by going slice out wide.
Rybakina then on game point, goes out wide, that'll do it! As the backhand flies long from Sabalenka, and Rybakina wins 3 consecutive games to level up the final set again at 3 games all.
That is some great effort from Rybakina, not allowing herself to get discouraged. You kept saying it a couple times.
Yeah.
It is only 1 break.
Yep.
She did well to get this third set even.
Now Sabalenka has to change the momentum of this match again. Down the far end with balls in hand. She serves and misses the tee serve down the middle. Second serve at the forehand of Rybakina. She found some good depth on that. Then we go into the rally. Low over the net from Sabalenka, but she holds her arms outstretched on both sides of her body there, frustrated that she missed a regulation backhand cross court.
I'm frustrated because what she's motioning needs more spin on the ball. It was so flat. The one she's been missing in the net needs to try and just get a little bit lift on the ball, but still accelerate to have the good shape.
Love 15, Sabalenka serves, just catching the net cord. 3 all in the final set, 2 hours and 2 minutes on Rod Laver Arena. It was billed as a tight old contest, this one, and it's proving exactly that as Sabalenka serves the fault. So it'll be a second serve. Onto the backhand of Rybakina, it's miles out.
That one really jumped up. She was getting aggressive, but she caught it behind herself and just a little bit hard to get aggressive from that position.
It's nail-biting stuff for everyone inside Rod Laver Arena and quite possibly around the world on AO Radio as Sabalenka sets herself again at 15 all. Goes to the backhand of Rybakina, very low over the net. Little slicey forehand from Sabalenka, and then trying to scoop out the backhand cross court. Sabalenka got that all wrong.
It was shorter than she was expecting. There's a couple times in this game that she hasn't actually moved up to the ball, just motioning herself to get inside the court on that short ball.
15-30, little bit of trouble here for Sabalenka. She serves a fault again. First serve for this set sitting at 62%. She'd like it higher. Sabalenka serves the second serve. Backhand from Rybakina, really good, and just catching the top of the tape and coming back on her side. Arena Sabalenka gives up 2 break points here at 15-40 for Rybakina to get ahead in this final set.
Well, they got to hand it to Rybakina. She's definitely applying a little bit more pace to every single shot, and we're starting to see a little bit of motion here from Sabalenka. .15-40. Sabalenka serves. That's good serving out wide. The forehand into the net from Rybakina. Really
One
good serve.
saved.
Great change up too. Going out wide. Hasn't gone there in the last couple games. So good spot for Sabalenka.
We're here. Still break point.
I think down the tee, I would potentially. That's what I would suggest.
Sabalenka goes out wide. She missed it. So now there's a lot more pressure on this because it's break point for Rybakina to take a 4-3 lead in the final set. Sabalenka lands this in. The backhand was good from Rybakina, very deep from Sabalenka. And then Sabalenka moving inside the court, put a forehand into the net. And she can't keep making mistakes like that, or Elena Rybakina is going to be the champion this evening. And Rybakina has the break of serve in the final set now. 4-3. That's 4 consecutive games to the Kazakh.
That's amazing. Amazing comeback. You really felt like Rybakina was going to struggle to find a way because she had lost her serve a little bit, but the way she bounced back and she lifted. She didn't get discouraged that she was down that break, but she really started applying the pace that we saw in that first set and the determination to get on top of the ball slightly earlier, and that made a big difference.
Kate.
Steve, Elaine's listening to us from Como in Italy. Says, Marmite is the one thing I still crave here in Italy. After 5 years, I cannot shake the desire for the salty, luscious stuff.
Luscious, exactly.
Exactly. On buttery toast. Apparently she's resolved everything else. Chutney took a few years, but the Italian diet, she said, is actually quite sweet.
Okay.
And she calls...
agree.
I have to try it again then.
She said she calls her sister Twiglet because when they were little, she was the skinny one with lumps on. That's a bit rough.
Oh, that is funny. That's pretty funny.
She said, great entertainment from the booth. Thanks so much for the call.
Great stuff. Okay, we'll return to the other debate shortly, but here's the main debate of the evening. Who's going to win the women's singles title? And at the moment, it's Elena Rybakina who's moved into the box seat here, serving with a break of serve at 4-3 in the final set. Sabalenka with the backhand, then tries the drop shot. Could be a good option. Rybakina comes to the net. Up the line from Sabalenka was perfection.
That is great recovery from Sabalenka, because that previous game where she got broken, you could just feel the tension rising. And what an excellent first point. Good use of the drop shot, bringing Rybakina forward, and stayed on top of the baseline and took the ball early to give Rybakina less time at the net.
So Rybakina at love 15 serves. Sabalenka just trying to float this back in, but she can't.
Went for the chip there. Just got a little bit tangled into the body. Ball went flying on her trying to control it off her racket.
15-all. Rybakina goes heavily down the middle, just gets this back into play. Sabalenka, but the short ball put away from Rybakina is good.
That's too good of a serve. Sabalenka did well to get her racket on the ball. Just an easy put away for Rybakina.
30-15.
Thank you.
Rybakina's ready, Sabalenka's ready. We're all ready. It's the net. Sabalenka to take a second serve here. Rybakina lands it. Sabalenka unloaded on it, but she drops her racket onto the court surface of Rod Laver Arena. She hit the backhand long.
I think that's the right shot to go for.
It is.
She didn't miss it by much, but I mean, to produce it from that high position over and over and over again, especially at this stage of the match where more tension, there's more pressure.
She has to make it.
Yeah, she has to make it.
She has to make it.
She has to. I like the fact that she went for that. She's frustrated.
40-15, Rybakina at the forehand of Sabalenka. This one does land in with good depth.
Yeah, really good depth.
Rocking back, Rybakina can't make the forehand.
40-30.
I mean, that was some quick composure that she showed, because that next point happened very fast after that miss.
Everything's happened at a fair old pace tonight. 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we're close to a finish here. Rybakina at 40-30. Lands this first serve. Great stuff from Elena Rybakina, and again the Sabalenka racket gets a little bounce off the surface here on Rod Laver Arena. Elena Rybakina is 1 game away.
5 games in a row. That's unbelievable.
It's quite the turnaround. Sabalenka had this final exactly where she wanted it. At 3-love in the final set. But Rybakina has turned this around. And Sabalenka now has to serve to stay in the championship at 3-5. Down the middle, she misses it. She's got to reset herself here. Well, this is going to go away very quickly. Sabalenka lands the second serve. Rybakina just goes straight back down the middle with the backhand. Forehand from Sabalenka finds the winner cross court.
Well, both being very cautious in that point. There wasn't a lot on that serve, and Rybakina as well played it safe on the return, and it was Sabalenka that stepped up on the last forehand.
Sabalenka serving out wide. Rybakina gets this back into play, and Sabalenka with the forehand just landing that in on the baseline.
No, I think it was. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, her reaction, I thought it actually missed, but
it's a funny old stroke. She went way much closer than she needed to against Rybakina and the baseline. Thought she'd made the ace out wide there, but she hasn't. 30-love, second serve. Serves here, and Rybakina this time sprays wide with the backhand. And there's a little bit more comfort for Arena Sabalenka. She doesn't look very comfortable when you look at her body language right now.
She keeps chatting to herself. I think because a couple of these points were so easy that she's like, why can't it be this way? I don't know. She's constantly chatting to herself.
Serving here, and Rybakina with the heavy backhand. Does enough as Sabalenka pushes long beyond the baseline. 40-15.
Just feels like Sabalenka just trying to calm her mind down when you look at her demeanor, just trying to stay focused.
That's good return from Rybakina, but that was even better from Sabalenka. High ball goes up, it lands just out from Rybakina. So Sabalenka holds, but Elena Rybakina in just 90 seconds from now, or even less, will get the opportunity to serve out the Australian Open at 5-4 in this final set.
It's just an interesting reaction from Sabalenka in that last game. Like I said, she had shown, we know how much emotion she can show, but that last game when the points came so easily to her, it almost seemed like it calmed her a bit. And she's actually gotten off of her chair already with still 30 seconds left in the changeover, just going over to her team instead of sitting just to potentially get just some more advice. Oh no, she's just changing out her water bottle.
And why not? Why not, indeed?
But I feel like she calmed herself in that game, like in the middle of that game, which she needed to do.
So is this the moment for Elena Rybakina, the Wimbledon champion from 2022, beaten here by Arena Sabalenka 3 years ago? Is this the moment where she claims her first Australian Open title? The crowd lift for both women, but it is the moment of truth for Elena Rybakina. She is serving for the championship here on Rod Laver Arena. 5-4, final set.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rybakina misses by a mile down the middle. Wasn't quite what I was expecting.
No.
At 5-4. Serving here onto the backhand of Sabalenka. Rocking back, Rybakina plays a forehand, goes on to the same angle, straight down the middle of the court. No angle from both players at the moment until Rybakina hits it halfway up the net.
Really smart from Sabalenka just to stay on that cross court, force Rybakina to be the one that has to make the choice there. Good high percentage rally from Sabalenka.
Sabalenka ahead on total points, 91-88. It means little right now. Rybakina love 15. Serves out wide, but the first serve not obtainable at the moment. Second serve for Rybakina. Backhand from Sabalenka was good. On the run, Sabalenka makes a good forehand. Cross court, up the line goes Rybakina. She landed that just inside the baseline.
I felt like that was good that she changed direction earlier in the rally. Instead of having it go 4, 5, 6 shots, just stepped up and took the chance.
15 all. Elena Rybakina is 3 points away. Serves, forehand from Sabalenka was pretty good, then rocks back, plays another one, stepping inside, the backhand from Rybakina switches round onto the forehand, finds the baseline again, Rybakina.
That is so good.
It's a steely shot from the Kazakh.
30-15.
She's showing her mettle here. Elena Rybakina serves a fault at 30-15. Just long. Rybakina with the second serve. The backhand from Sabalenka. Hammered up the line.
Wow, what gutsy play from Sabalenka.
30 all.
Now, in the context of the match, here's a massive point. 30 all, 5-4. Everyone's trying to stay calm, but no one being successful. Rybakina serves. Goes down the middle. That's brilliant.
The first serve that she's gotten in this game, and what a time to do it.
40-30.
It's a championship point for Elena Rybakina. .40-30. Rybakina serves out wide. An ace. And it's a moment of sweet revenge for Elena Rybakina. She is the Australian Open champion. She has beaten Arena Sabalenka in 3 sets on Rod Laver Arena. 6-4, 4-6, 6-4, 2 hours and 18 minutes. And it's her second major singles title.
Incredible. Great job from Rybakina to hold her nerve down, love 3 in that third set. And now she's running over her team after a well-deserved win, and they really helped her through that. But Rybakina did so well to just trust herself in the end, never got discouraged. We know she keeps that calm, cool demeanor all the time, and I wouldn't necessarily say served her best throughout the match, but when it mattered,
wow, did she deliver?
Came through.
How about those last 2 points?
Unbelievable finish, yeah.
And you've got to take your hat off if you happen to be wearing one for Elena Rybakina, who's jogging around, wants to say hi to everyone. She's in her coaching pod. She's climbing up into the stands to greet her family and her friends and everyone who's come to support her.
I think one of them is the head of the Kazakh Tennis Federation, who she has said over and over again how much she has helped her throughout her career, to give her so many opportunities. And
took her on, of course, born in Moscow,
exactly.
But now representing Kazakhstan. And what a moment for her, adding to that Wimbledon title of 4 years ago. She finally gets that Australian Open title that she so desperately wanted. Beaten here 3 years ago by Arena Sabalenka, who now sits slumped in her chair, contemplating 2 consecutive finals losses here.
especially having
Melbourne.
that lead in the third set, and she had looked so good and confident, and then out of nowhere is where Rybakina just completely lifted her game. Won 5 games in a row,
and then 6 of the last 7.
Yeah, exactly.
To
incredible
wrest control of that, and you know, Sabalenka didn't do a lot wrong, but maybe when she'll reflect on a couple of the shots that she played when she was 3-love up and had that advantage. But you know, sometimes that's what happens in tennis.
Sometimes
the momentum can be brutal.
Exactly, it can shift, and sometimes all of a sudden your opponent lifts, and it can just take a moment for you to have that hesitation where it takes a few points to adjust to that lift, and that can make all the difference. But Sabalenka, I think in the third set too, maybe just got a little bit flustered, and she tried to regroup, did well in that game where she was serving 3-5 down, where I felt like she got her composure back to where it was before. But it just takes one moment to maybe lose focus, and then all of a sudden it can change.
And it did change, and it changed dramatically in favour of Elena Rybakina, who was many people's tip for the title.
Yep.
She wasn't mine, but she was many people's tip, and for tonight. And it was Jamie in our evening serve. Jamie Fawlessy was saying, you know, a lot of people are looking at the big Grand Slam results and what can be an Arena's big record here, but what about the WTA finals just recently, a couple of months ago?
Yeah, she played
a massive
unbelievable
match where Rybakina played, as you say. You were probably there.
I was there.
Yeah,
I was there. Yeah, she played unbelievable. Yeah. But she had also beaten Sabalenka in the previous WTA final too, where she had taken that time off, and then she came back and beat the number 1 player in the world without having any matches. So she has that confidence, even though, you know, I mean, she had beaten Sabalenka already 6 times. Now this is the 7th, all on hard court surfaces, so she knows she can get it done here. But I think having beaten her on the big stage so often really gave her that confidence, and she won a final before. Had played her in a final a few years ago here in 2023. So and the way both of these women were playing though throughout the event, I mean, it was incredible.
Sabalenka was not at her best tonight.
I think sometimes. I think it was a more
overall
more up and down. Yeah.
She it felt like she got away to a very slow start and never quite got back on terms enough to do anything about that first set.
I think maybe a little bit surprised how strong Rybakina started, which I feel like you shouldn't be, because you know she can play that way.
Yeah.
But it seemed that just slight surprise from Sabalenka's side.
So we're getting set for the presentation ceremony here, and if you've been along for the ride with AO Radio, and you've probably got telly on maybe as well at the same time, either way, a whole phalanx of camera crews appear out on court, a stage appears, and microphones and flags and the whole hullabaloo really, and so much so that we're only about 30 feet from that and can barely see a thing because there's so many people standing in front of us, and Jill can't see anything. But Todd Woodbridge, I can tell you, is standing in front of the microphones, which means we're probably not far away. A few more dignitaries to come out, and of course the Daphne Hurst Memorial Cup to come out as well, which will be presented to the winner, Elena Rybakina, for the very first time. A new winner, a fresh winner.
I like
which is always an exciting time for any of the major championships, and a very worthy winner of this title. So not too far away from making a start, I suspect. Wayne McEwen, the tournament referee, long time tournament referee, he's out there as well, of course, as are a number of people, including Jennifer Capriati, winner here a couple of times. I'm not even going to try and do the maths, but it was like 0203, and now Todd Woodbridge
Wominchika, and welcome.
will take over.
Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the land on which we gather tonight, and pay my respects to their elders past and present, and extend that respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people that are here this evening. And on behalf of Tennis Australia, I'd like to thank the Victorian Government and all of our partners, officials and ball kids, as well as our 14,000 strong team who have worked tirelessly to make this AO such a success. And joining us tonight for the presentation are the new chair of Tennis Australia, Chris Harrop. Chris, it's great to see you on the court for the first time in this role, and welcome. To Mr. Tang Dong Liang, the Executive Deputy General Manager of Lezhou Lezhou, our Tournament Director, Craig Tiley, our Tournament Referee, Wayne McEwen, and to present our Champions Trophy, celebrating the 25th anniversary of her first Australian Open title. It's so great to welcome back on Rod Laver Arena. Put your hands together for Jennifer Capriati. And now I'd like to welcome our AO 2026 top ball kid, Elizabeth O'Connor, with the Daphne Ackhurst Memorial Cup. Now, the Daphne Ackhurst Memorial Cup, which is awarded to our champion tonight, has been travelling around Victoria over the last several weeks with our AO on the road team and is now safely back here in Rod Laver Arena. And so now I'd like to call on the chair umpire for the women's singles final, Tom Sweeney from Australia, to come forward to receive a trophy from our tournament referee, Wayne McEwen. Congratulations, Tom, on another job well done. Now, our players. The world number one once again has brought her trademark power and presence to the AO stage. Her fight, determination are to be admired. Would you please welcome our finalist, Arena Sabalenka. And Mr. Tang, if you could present the trophy. Mr. Tang.
Honestly, guys, I'm really speechless right now. I'll try not to forget anything. I want to start with Elena. I want to congratulate you on incredible run, incredible tennis. Congrats to you and your team on such an incredible achievement. Of course, thank you everyone who made this tournament possible. I love being here. I love playing in front of you all. You guys are incredible support. I always looking forward to come and play in front of you. And well, let's hope maybe next year going to be a better year for me. Of course, thank you, Craig, for taking the best care of us. You give everything we need, and that's what's that? That's amazing. Thank you. I love you guys too. Thank you. Of course, thank you to my team for always being there, for enjoying me losing finals. But also sometimes we win them, so let's hope for the best. Let's hope that next year definitely going to be ours, right? Yeah, thank you everyone, thank you.
Well done, Arena, once more. Now, coaches are an integral part of our game, and we call upon Stefano Vukov, the coach of our champion, to come forward and collect his trophy from Jennifer. Thank you. And now, time for our champion. Now, this woman has produced tennis of rare quality all fortnight, calm under pressure and dominant when it mattered most. Tonight, she claims her second major singles title. Would you please welcome the Australian Open champion for 2026, Elena Rybakina.
Yeah, it's hard to find words now, but of course I want to congratulate Arena with amazing results for a couple of years, and I know it's tough, but I just hope that we're going to play many more finals together, and of course congrats to your team for all the improvements. A great job you've done. I want to say thank you, of course, to you guys for such an incredible atmosphere. It was a battle, and honestly, your support kept us going. And thank you so much to Kazakhstan. I felt the support from that corner a lot, and yeah, thank you everyone who made this tournament possible. Tennis Australia, Craig, of course, for making us feel so well here, and it's a really happy slam, and I always enjoy coming here and playing in front of you guys. And of course, I would like to say thank you to my team. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. Really, we had a lot of things going on, and I'm really glad that we achieved this result. And thank you to all of you. And yeah, hopefully we can keep on going strong this year. And yeah, also I would like to say thank you to the medical team here, always doing a great job. And hope I didn't forget anyone. Actually, I want to say thank you to my sponsors, of course, and also President of our Tennis Federation, Bulaja Mišović. Thank you always for coming and supporting us. Today we had a few other matches with Kazakhstan players, and I'm really proud, and yeah, hopefully we can continue doing a great job. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, Elena. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands one more time together for our two amazing players and a fantastic final. Now that concludes our presentation. There'll be a photo opportunity, and then Elena will be walking around the stadium for everybody to take their photo. It's been a wonderful evening, and thank you very much, and we look forward to our men's final tomorrow.
So wonderful moments for Elena Rybakina, and not so much for Arena Sabalenka. As the vanquished, she's got to stand up there with her oversized plate and hold it up, and she'll put on the smiles, but secretly, or not even that secretly, she'll be pretty keen to get off stage as soon as she can, as the obligatory photographs are taken. But it is the lady who has the trophy who is the grinner, and that is Elena Rybakina. What a performance from her as she stands with the Australian Open trophy. Stands next to Jennifer Capriati, of course. a champion here herself when the court was green all those years ago. And Arena Sabalenka there as well. Herself a champion here, but this will not be a moment to savour for her as the opportunity to add a third title slips by. So the crowd beginning to mill out into Garden Square and look for some transport home as the photographs are taken, and Elena Rybakina will do a circuit of Rod Laver Arena, I think, and try and hold up the trophy aloft for everyone so that they can capture this moment in history. 2026 Australian Open champion. Jill's quite a performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing and well deserved, because I love the way that she never got deterred, even down 3-love, and she really stepped up and went after it. And I think, even if you look back to her semifinal match against Pegula, where she was faced with quite some challenges and kind of took her foot off the gas but came up big on the serve, I think it was maybe good for her to go through that leading into this final, because she did have to step up. She did have to find a way to overcome some challenges that Arena was throwing at her, and she did well, and I felt like she really went after it in the end.
Fully deserving of the victory. She's now standing there alone for the photograph and the one that she'll want many copies of, I'm sure, and then we'll take the one from above with the Melbourne sign. But Kate, some final correspondence as Arena Sabalenka takes her moment to flee out of the arena, and she probably can't get out of here quick enough, and who can blame her, because it's all about Elena Rybakina right now.
Well, it's also been very much about Vegemite marmalade tonight.
Marmalade?
Marmalade. Well, sorry, what was it? What's that stuff?
Marmite.
Marmite, that's it. Marmite.
We did mention marmalade too, I think.
There was some chutney thrown in at some stage, I swear. I'm so sorry.
Right.
And Bailey Whitbread from Sunshine Coast in Australia said, I love dipping apple slices in Vegemite for breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Very quickly after
horrible.
that
Steve looks very confused.
Don't judge before you try. I feel that's directed at you, Steve, actually.
I just did judge before.
I know.
He did.
I'm very quick to judge. Sorry, Bailey.
Well, after that...
But I will try.
After that incredible match, Rob, who's listening from Perth, said he's sitting back enjoying a blizzardly cold savvy bee and a soft cheese.
Oh, very nice.
From our wonderful Margaret River, which is a beautiful part of the world.
Nice.
It is, in a great wine region there, Rob. Very good choice.
And just said enjoyed the game, and really what a great job from the call team.
Oh, that's very kind.
Thank
It's
you.
a great job from Elena Rybakina, and of course everyone behind the scenes up there. With sitting alongside you, Kate. I know Isaac's pushing buttons and
He is. He's
making
very
everything,
busy. He
making
keeps-
everything sound. And Matt, who's been
There's
a
a lot
great
of
part of the
action
team.
behind me, I have to say.
Absolutely, yes. Radio does not happen by accident.
It
that's for sure.
does not.
A couple more
Yeah,
correspondences.
absolutely. John Rogers from Galway in Ireland said, white soda bread. It's all about food. It's all about food, but that's all right. You go with the flow
Much
here.
like Midnight Madness last
You're
night.
right.
Exactly.
White soda bread a white soda bread open sandwich.
Okay.
Kerrygold butter. Thick. Yes.
Irish butter.
Thick
Oh, I love
cut ra-
Kerrygold butter.
Yeah.
I do.
Delicious. You
Yeah,
like
it's-
that?
I
Yes.
do.
This gets better. Thick cut rashers covered in mustard, mature cheddar, poached egg. Do you like the sound of this? Ketchup with a side of mixed leaves and red onion in mayonnaise with fresh orange juice and a strong coffee.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot happening.
The rashers melt the butter into the... I think that John's been working on this for quite some time.
Well, I would like an invitation to
We like
John's
that.
for
We like
breakfast.
the effort.
Absolutely, that sounds magnificent.
Yeah, it does sound very good. And Catherine's listening to us in Brighton in the UK and says, thank you, that was the best coverage. Been listening on the way to a tennis tournament where my
amazing.
13-year-old daughter is playing.
Crumbs, a tennis tournament in January in Brighton.
know, that sounds cold.
It must be an indoor.
I hope she's got a tracky axe on.
Yeah.
Marmite do a Marmite crunchy peanut butter combo in a jar, and it's apparently the best.
Oh, they combine it in a jar.
Yeah,
You don't have
and
to
it's
combine it yourself.
Particularly good on a hot crumpet.
Wait, it's sold that way?
Yes, it's in a jar. So
Wow.
I've never seen
Marmite
that.
crunchy peanut butter combo.
I might have to look at it the next time I go to England.
Oh, I think we'll
Who
go.
makes it? You don't know the answer to that. Why would you? I've never seen that though. Who advised it? Who was?
Catherine.
Catherine. That's
Brighton
Catherine.
in the
that was
UK.
Catherine in Brighton as well on her way to a tennis tournament. Also,
Yes,
yeah,
I
wow.
should try that
was the one
first.
email.
Crikey. I've never heard of that. I'll have to have a look. I'm heading over. I think
That's
in
your
June.
favorite combo. I'm heading over in May.
Or May. You'll be there in advance. You can send me a photograph of this item. Exciting. That is the best combination. Elena Rybakina, if you're just joining us, well, you've missed the match, but and you've also missed a lengthy discussion about Marmite, Bovril, Kerrygold butter, bacon, all sorts of things. But Elena Rybakina is the Australian Open champion for 2026. She's kissing the trophy, standing up on the stage. A 3-set winner over Arena Sabalenka this evening. One more
one
to close
last
things
one.
out,
I think
Kate?
this is terrific. It's from Tara, who lives in Wales, D-side. Says, I wrote in earlier in the week, but we've just touched down at our honeymoon destination, got AO Radio on, and got the last part of the match. And she said, I knew it would be an epic.
Nice.
That is
and indeed
glorious.
it was.
That is glorious, Tara. I do hope that your wife or husband is also a fan of tennis, otherwise that's not a good start to
Maybe things will get better.
I'm sure Tara's partner is. That's lovely. That's a great email and a great one to finish on. Thanks so much for all your correspondences, your emails, your messages, however you've sent them through to us as part of the broadcast tonight and right throughout the day here on AO Radio. It's been terrific having you along for the ride, and please do join us again when we're back on air from 6:30 local time for the evening serve, building up to the men's singles final tonight, and then we'll be taking your comments, your questions, your thought and your messages again. Look forward to that. But Jill, as Elena Rybakina starts to make her way around Rod Laver Arena, what do you think this might do for her, for her career moving forward? She had the one major singles win. Is the second one, does that set her, do you think, maybe on a path of further titles?
Yes, I think so. I mean, of course, now what are we going to talk about if she can get all four, right? And I think she's strong on all surfaces. I think she can even play well on the clay. That might be what people feel like might be the weakest, but she's done well on the clay. And so I really feel like I love her game. I think it's deserved of multiple Grand Slam titles. I think a lot of people agree with that. So it does not surprise me that she's holding another Grand Slam trophy.
No, but those challenges of Roland Garros and, of course, a similar, if not the same surface at the US Open away. Those are the challenges ahead. But you kind of feel this may just give her that boost in confidence.
Definitely.
She looks almost immediately more settled at the top of the tennis tree. It's not that anyone thought Wimbledon was a fluke, but while you've only got one, it's just one. But now you're a multiple major champion.
Yeah, and I think, after that Wimbledon title, I think it took a little time. She had to deal with some injuries. She also had to deal with a couple illnesses in 2024 in particular. That's why she took that break. Came back so strong last year. So, I mean, that's tough when you have some up and downs after, that Wimbledon title. But she's done well to get herself in such a good place. I think she's matured a lot, of course, since then. And, whenever someone gets a Grand Slam title, we expect so much, just like we were talking about Raducanu and Fernandez getting to that final. But we expect so much. And, it's about how the players deal with that too. And I felt like even after that Wimbledon title, there's no doubt she was going to get another one. In hindsight, it's easy to say, but I think a lot of people felt that way just with how strong she plays.
3.5 years later, though, she has finally done it, and she really stood and delivered. 3-love down in the final set here tonight against Arena Sabalenka. She found a way to win 6 of the next 7 games to take the title. It's quite the performance for Sabalenka. Is there some evolution needed in her game?
I think if she would reflect on this match, which I feel like just right now, just let it go if you can. I think, there were just moments where I still felt like as better as she has gotten in handling and managing her emotions, there were still moments in this match where I felt like it hurt her, and it just allowed Rybakina to kind of have that little opening where, you know, a couple points, either a couple games went by. So she's doing great. I think, you know, this was an amazing result for her, but I think if I had to pinpoint something, it would be still that just managing, even, you know, making that a little sharper.
Looking forward to tomorrow?
I am, very much. Are you?
It should be a good one, shouldn't it? As the culmination, I know that will make you sad, the culmination of the Australian Open looms. We've got one match to complete tomorrow for you on AO Radio, and that, of course, is the men's singles final. It'll be Novak Djokovic gunning for an 11th title here, or Carlos Alcaraz for his first. What a contrast that is. We're looking forward to bringing you that tomorrow night, but before that, the evening serve. We're on air at 6:30. Thanks for your company tonight. Thank you, Jill.